Welcome back into the broadcast. Now time for the Calloway Complete Building Materials Coin Toss. Whatever project you have in mind, Calloway has everything you need, from yellow wood treated lumber, windows, doors, tools from Pass Load to Walton Bostage. Also, Calloway compares the complete lineup of paint products from Porter's, PPG, and Pittsburgh. Stop by Calloway Complete Building Materials on 641 North between Benton and Draftonville. And we turn it over to the head man in charge, Kurt Paetzel, tonight for our coin toss.
All right, guys, I got a regular quarter here. It's got a tails and the heads, tails and the heads, okay? Callaway's going to get the call. I'm going to toss it up in the air. If I drop it, we'll redo it, okay? Go call it now. You ready? Heads. You call it heads, and it is a tails. Marshall County's
we would like to defer.
You'd like to defer. Marshall County would like to defer.
All right, you heard it there. Marshall County will defer until the second half, so receiving the kickoff will be the Callaway County Lakers in the road white with red numerals outlined in blue, and Marshall County in their home orange with their white numerals outlined in blue. And now we will step aside for our Twin Lakes Worship Center pregame prayer.
At Benton Hardware, we strive to provide excellent service to our customers. We're a full-service hardware store. Our friendly, knowledgeable staff will be ready to help you with everything you need from the moment you step in. Throughout our 10,000 square foot store, you'll find a great variety of well-organized products at very reasonable prices, and we'll be happy to offer advice on how to install them. At Benton Hardware, our goal is to make your experience as pleasant as it can be. Visit us at Benton Hardware, 411 East 12th Street.
Marshall County and Callaway County are athletic rivals in everything, including on the gridiron. But over the almost 40-year history of this football rivalry, Marshall County has had all the best of it, winning 25 of the previous 30 matchups, including the last 4 in a row and 10 of the last 11. Hi again, everybody. This is Jeff Waters, and welcome to Traylor Stadium here in Draftonville as the Marshalls have taken the field, carrying the state flag, the U.S. flag, and the Marshall County flag. Good crowd on hand, both sides, for this rivalry matchup between the Marshalls and the Callaway County Lakers. The Marshalls won the toss, did defer, so we'll check the defensive starters for the Marshalls, brought to you by MediaCom Channel 8, where you'll find local programming dedicated to you and your community. Every day from 1 to 11 p.m., MediaCom Channel 8 features programming that spotlights the history, the culture, and the personalities of our community, plus local high school sports, government meetings, community festivals and events, and more. MediaCom Channel 8, the channel dedicated to you and your community. Marshalls defensively will look like this with a 4-man defensive front. The tackles will be Andrew Stallings and Blake Strader. The ends, Luke Young and Blake Myhan. The linebackers will be Matthew Wooten, Dawson Smothers, and Tristan Klein. The corners tonight, Dylan Rayburn and Ty Buckmeyer. The safeties, Austin Riley and Tyler Stevenson. Again, the starting lineups brought to you by MediaCom Channel 8. Starting at quarterback for Callaway County will be John Foster, the junior. Had over 500 passing yards and a part-time role last season. Had a very good game, completing 12 passes, over 140 yards passing last week in their win over Metcalfe County. Marshall's dressed in orange with white numbers, orange helmets with the interlocking MC on the sides of the helmets, the Marshall Strong ribbon on the backs of the helmets. Callaway County will wear white jerseys, white pants with red piping around the shoulder pads and red stripes down the sides of the pants with white helmets. Ready to go. Austin Stockdale puts a foot into it on the left hash at the 40-yard line, takes it all the way back to the 10-yard line, and a chance for a return there for Bryce Yeager. Yeager has it across the 20, across the 30, and out across the 35, up the left side. Good return for Yeager before he's brought down by Tyler Stevenson, but a good starting point for Callaway County. Kickoff brought to you by Kayla Teckenbrock, Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Will you outlive your life insurance policy? Contact Edward Jones Financial Advisor Kayla Teckenbrock at 1104 Main on the Benton Square, or call 270-527-5743. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC. Callaway County comes out with trips to the right and a single receiver to the left. Inside handoff. Foster with the inside handoff. And on the carry was Stribling, Darius Stribling. He is a senior running back for Callaway County, and he picks up a couple of yards out to the 38-yard line. Blake Strader, Dawson Smothers in on that tackle for the Marshalls. Second and long here for Callaway County. Trips to the right again. That is the wide side of the field here for Callaway County. Handoff again inside to Stribling, and he works his way up the middle and finds a couple of more yards. Maybe one was all he got before he is pushed back as Chet Kretzinger and Blake Myhand and Dawson Smothers were all in on that stop. Pickup of a couple will make it 3rd and 6 here for Callaway County. Foster will have Stribling set to his right in the shotgun. 3 receivers right again. The Marshals rush 4. Foster drops to pass, flushed out of the pocket, rolling right, still on the move, throws, and the pass is caught near the midfield stripe for a first down for Callaway County. Making the catch for Callaway County was Bryce Yeager. He plays on both sides of the ball. He's a senior, 5'6", 130 pounds. Tyler Stevenson had the tackle for Marshall County. Should be good enough for a Callaway County first down. Moves it out beyond the 45-yard line. Well, they haven't moved the sticks yet. He caught it, and then he kind of went backwards. He caught it for a first down, and then he kind of retreated a little bit. But if you give him his forward progress on the reception, he probably had the first down. So 4th down and a decision here for Callaway County. I'm sure they're not happy about the spot. The play clock down to 12 as Callaway County tries to go organized here. 2 receivers each way. Foster trying to draw the Marshals offsides, really bobbing that head and barking the signals. Now the play clock down to 3 seconds, and Callaway County will take a timeout here. So it's 4th and short for Callaway County from their own 46-yard line. 10:04 to play first quarter. Timeout Callaway County. We'll take one, 2, and be back on WCBL Sports.
CFSB proudly brings you Kasasa. What's Kasasa? It's a catchy word for earning cash that just might make you want to dance. Get paid for doing simple things you do anyway. That's free Kasasa checking. Ask for free Kasasa checking at CFSB.
Well, Callaway County took the timeout, and they've talked about it, and they've decided to go for it after all on 4th and less than a yard from just inside their own 46-yard line. Empty backfield, 3 receivers right, 2 to the left, which is the wide side. And they came out and tried to draw Marshall County offsides again, and this time they were successful. They were able to get Marshall County to jump. And so Callaway County will get the first down. And quite frankly, Callaway County had the first down on that pass play that was completed. They got a very unfavorable spot and a wrong spot for that matter. So as they say, it all comes out in the wash anyway. Callaway County ended up with a first down that they had before, and now trying to draw Marshall County offsides again. A little bit of a flinch from one of the linemen, but did not come across. Callaway County with trips right, twins to the left, and Schwepker in at quarterback here for Callaway County, and he completes it on the left side. And the pass was caught by Jacob Waters for a pretty good gain into Marshall County territory, but a very quick hit there by Tyler Stevenson up from his safety position. Tyler Stokes will come in to the defensive backfield here for Marshall County. He'll be the free safety. 2nd and 4 here for Callaway County as they go without the huddle. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. And it's Schwepker holding on to it, as Foster rather, who's back in at quarterback. He faked the handoff to Stribling, then tried to hold on to it himself and got back to the line of scrimmage before he was met by Blake Strader with a Marshall County tackle for no gain. No score here in the first quarter. Callaway County with the football. They'll have it 3rd and about 4 from inside the Marshall County 45-yard line. Twins each way. Ball spotted between the hashes. On the outer edge of the logo at midfield, and a pass out on the left side is incomplete. Rayburn had the coverage for Marshall County in his quarterback position. Foster, a right-handed thrower for Callaway County. 4th and almost 4 for Callaway, and they're talking about it. They've converted a 4th down by penalty. Griffin Darnell coming in now to the defensive backfield, and Stokes will go out. Callaway County will go for it on 4th and almost 4. Schwepker comes in motion from the near sideline, and a legal procedure against Callaway County. This will take them back almost to midfield, and decision time for the Lakers there. 5-yard penalty against Callaway County. would suspect that they'll punt now. No score here in the early going. Callaway County picked up 1 first down on that opening drive, then move it into Marshall County territory. They have not marked off the penalty yardage yet. They threw the flag for the penalty and then forgot to mark off the 5 yards. Now they will. Ty Buckmeyer will get set up just inside the Marshall County 20-yard line to receive this punt. High kick, not a very deep kick. It will bounce at the 25-yard line and takes a sideways bounce. Now takes a bit of a Marshall County bounce and will be down near the 26, maybe the 27-yard line. Very short kick there. Marshalls will have it from their own 27-yard line. No score in the early going. The Marshall County offensive starters brought to you by Mediacom Channel 8. Here after this first snap for the Marshalls on their first possession of the night. Marshalls going right to left as we watch it from the CFSB Investments Broadcast Center. First quarter of action. Ball on the near hash. Tyler Stokes at quarterback. Full house backfield. Straight wishbone formation. And 2 tight ends in the game here for the Marshalls. Stokes gives it to Wyatt, working his way up the middle, and Wyatt with some hard yards up the middle, and boy, he's tough to bring down. Brings it across the 30 and out to about the 33. Pickup of 6 on first down. Gabe Walker up to make the stop for Callaway County. Marshall County's offensive starters up front, Chet Kretzinger along with Blake Strader, Noah McClure, Andrew Stallings. Receivers will be Dylan Rayburn and Griffin Darnell. Right now the Marshalls have Young and can't tell who the other tight end is yet. Stokes at quarterback. In the backfield, Stevenson, Buckmeyer, and Wyatt. Hand off to Buckmeyer, running right here. Getting behind right tackle, close to a first down. Flag comes in at the end of the play. Buckmeyer is out to the 38-yard line. Maybe just short of the first down marker, but a flag came in at the end of the play. Zach Orange on the stop for Callaway County. Orange, a 5'11", 136-pound sophomore for Callaway. Going to be a block in the back against Marshall County. And from the spot of the foul, we'll take the Marshalls back near the original line of scrimmage. In fact, it will be back to the original line of scrimmage. Callaway County picked up 1 first down on their opening possession before the Marshalls forced them to punt. Marshalls have the ball here, looking at 2nd and 10 after the penalty for the block in the back. Rayburn and Darnell are into the game as receivers as Callaway County loads up the tackle box, expecting a running play. Buckmeyer comes in motion. It is the backside counter play, and it's Stevenson breaking into the open field. Stevenson cuts back at the 45. He's across midfield, ridden down from the backside, deep in Callaway County territory, down at the 33-yard line. Zach Orange on the tackle for Callaway that likely saved a touchdown, but a CFSB first down on the run by Tyler Stevenson on the backside counter. Sent the other slot back in motion to the far side. Stevenson took the handoff coming back the other way. The Marshalls have used that play effectively throughout the first part of the season. Buckmeyer will be the slot to the left, Stevenson to the right. Wyatt is the fullback. This time it goes to Buckmeyer. Same play, other side. Buckmeyer has it. Shakes off a tackle near the line of scrimmage, brings it across the 30 and down to the 27 before he's upended by Keaton Elliott. Good gain on first down for Ty Buckmeyer, Marshall County's leading rusher on the season. 268 yards on the season coming into tonight with 3 touchdown runs. So pickup of 6, 2nd down and 4. Puckett's Jewelry game time, 6:55 to play first quarter, no score. Marshalls with the ball, working inside the Callaway County 30. Buckmeyer in motion. They run it again. This time it's Stevenson, and Stevenson has the first down. The ball pops loose as he hits the ground, so he's going to be ruled down. He was tripped up as he crossed the 20 by Orange. Well, the Marshals will have a CFSB first down, 1st and goal from the Calloway County 17. We'll call it the 18-yard line, just inside the 18-yard line. The Marshals inside the Toyota of Murray red zone. Toyota of Murray. Always welcome to visit in person or shop online, toyotaofmurray.com. Calloway County has 5 across the defensive front, and everybody else except 1 in the tackle box. Option play, Buckmeyer dropped it, picks it up as it was pitched back from Stokes to Buckmeyer. He picked it up. Zach Orange. Zach Orange on the tackle. Did they rule that an incomplete pass? How can that be ruled an incomplete pass? I think they ruled it an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10. There's no way that's a forward pass. 2nd and 10 for Marshall County from inside the Toyota of Murray red zone, the 18-yard line of Calloway County. No score. The Marshals hoping to change that here. Calloway County loads up the tackle box again. They send Buckmeyer in motion for the left slot. Pitch to him, sweeping right. Calloway County is all over it. A flag comes in as Calloway County drops Buckmeyer for a loss. Jacob Waters leading the charge there for Calloway County. It'll be at least a 2-yard loss if the play stands. Marshall County and Ballard Memorial combined last week for over 230 penalty yards. The holding was the call against Marshall County. Calloway County will decline that penalty and bring up 3rd and long here. Back to the 20-yard line, just beyond the 20-yard line. The Marshals will have it 3rd and 13. Dylan Rayburn will go out wide to the left. The tight end on the left side for Marshall County is Addison Riley, I believe. And the Marshals may have gotten a head start. Looked like there was a little bit of movement, maybe in the backfield. It'll be 5 yards against the Marshals. So this will take the Marshals back beyond the 25 of Calloway County and make it 3rd and 19, 18 and a half, 19. This is the 2nd of 4 home games in a row for the Marshals. Murray High coming to town next week. And in a couple of weeks, it's the district opener against Christian County. The officials are discussing this call as we send it down to Aaron Clayton on the Marshall County sideline for a U.S. Bank call to the sideline.
A couple of injury updates right now. Evans hope to be back next week and getting that cast off this week. Also, Chambers out with a concussion protocol for this week as well. But right now, just trying to keep sustained drives, wear down the line up front, as you mentioned in the pregame, Jeff, and get this early score here. That's the main thing, is get that early score, get some momentum going for Marshall County. Of course, still a little bit of mugginess right down here. We know the wind may have a factor before it's all said and done, rain. Kind of just want to get on the board early and often and move this game down the line. But again, still finally getting the penalty called, and of course against Marshall County will be a long play to row here with 3rd and 18 and a half, and hopefully the Marshals can get at least close enough to keep it in field goal range and possibly give Austin Stockdale his first chance at a 3-pointer this season.
Dalton Keeling, by the way, starting in place of Chase Chambers, who is, Aaron said, undergoing the concussion protocol. They hope to have him back next week. But Keeling starting at right guard for the Marshals this evening. A receiver to the left. We finally got that penalty figured out, so now the Marshals have it 3rd and almost 20. Backside counter again, and this is Stevenson coming around from the left side. Stevenson with a good game, but he's going to be well short of the first down. Takes it inside the 20 down to the 17-yard line. It's a pickup of almost 10. But well short of the first down, and the Marshals will give Austin Stockdale his first opportunity of the season for a field goal. He's 10 of 12 on extra points so far this season. And the ball is spotted between the hashes. Tyler Stevenson will be his holder. Stockdale, an outstanding soccer player for the Marshals. This will be about a 40-yard attempt. It's a fake, and the Marshals are going to loft it toward the end zone, and the pass falls incomplete. Stevenson picked it up and lofted it toward the end zone, and may have been Tristan Klein was the intended receiver on that. So the Marshals turn it over on downs, and Callaway County will take over at the 20-yard line. 4:49 to play in the first quarter as Callaway County's offense takes the field. Callaway County from their own 17. We'll have 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. The Marshals show a 4-man defensive front. The wide side, Callaway's right. Foster with a quick pitch. That's a forward pass, and it's a loose ball. And Marshall County trying to get back on it, back near the 10-yard line. Stribling couldn't come up with the pitch back. It looked like a forward pass from up here, even though it was intended to be a pitch back. Callaway County does recover it, but all the way back at the 10-yard line. That's a 7-yard loss. We'll bring up 2nd and 17. Stribling will be set to Foster's left again. Trips right, single receiver to the left. Marshals will rush 4 again. They spread everybody else out in pass coverage. Foster looking for a good snap. He gets one. He throws it on the screen coming around to the right side. It's Schwepker who slips out of a tackle near the 17-yard line. He's still on his feet as he crosses the 30. He's across the 40, and he may be gone. Callaway County is going to score. Schwepker broke at least 4 tackles on that play, and Callaway County on a 90-yard scoring pass. Call it an 89. The ball was spotted near the 11-yard line, an 89-yard scoring pass, and Callaway County has taken the lead. Schwepker has been one of the main playmakers for Callaway County through their first 2 games. He has excellent speed. And the scouting report that we received on Callaway County said to look out for number 1, Luke Schwepker, because he'll play several different positions on both sides of the ball. We've actually seen him take a snap at quarterback already tonight. Here's the extra point try, and it is good off the foot of Ian Clark. And Callaway County has stunned the Marshall County defense here, 7-0. Callaway County 89 yards on the scoring play, 4:19 to play in the first quarter. Our Puckett's Jewelry Game Time back in a moment on WCBL Sports.
At Benton Hardware, we strive to provide excellent service to our customers. We're a full-service hardware store. Our friendly, knowledgeable staff will be ready to help you with everything you need from the moment you step in. Throughout our 10,000 square foot store, you'll find a great variety of well-organized products at very reasonable prices, and we'll be happy to offer advice on how to install them. At Benton Hardware, our goal is to make your experience as pleasant as it can be. Visit us at Benton Hardware, 411 East 12th Street.
For the second, make it the 3rd consecutive week, the Marshals are facing an early deficit. They were able to overcome it last week against Ballard Memorial, but right now Callaway County with the 89-yard scoring pass with the momentum as the Marshals will try to regain a bit of it here. Clark will kick it away from the 40. He just had the extra point after the 89-yard scoring pass from Foster to Schwepker. Austin Riley and Isaac Stevenson back to receive this kick for Marshall County. A directional kick. Clark angling it toward the near sideline. It'll be picked up on the bounce by Riley. Heads to the right. Now he cuts it up the middle. Shakes out of a tackle near the 29-yard line and got out to the 30 maybe. On the tackle for Callaway County, Bryce Yeager. Marshals will have it from their own 30. Technically, that was an 83-yard scoring drive for Callaway County. They had lost yardage on the first play as they recovered their own fumble and then scored as the Marshals missed several tackles and Schwepker was able to get down the field on the long catch and run. Stokes holding on to it on the option, has a block out on the edge. He's across the 35, just beyond the 35, out to the 36. 6-yard gain for Stokes. Keaton Elliott on the Callaway County tackle. 7-0, Callaway County with the lead. Marshals in their orange uniforms tonight. Calloway County dressed in white with lots of red. Red piping on the shoulders, red stripes down the pants, red numerals on the jerseys. Ball on the near hash here for the Marshals on 2nd and 4. Calloway County puts 5 across the defensive front with a couple of linebackers. Stokes holds on to it again as he faked it to Wyatt, trying to get it on the hash there on the right side, and he gets dropped after a short gain by Luke Cullop for Calloway County. Picks up a yard, maybe 2. 3rd and a long 2 here for the Marshals. They need to get it just inside the 40-yard line, or just beyond the 40-yard line. It's spotted at the 38. Ball between the hashes. The Marshals approach the football inside of 3 minutes to play first quarter, trailing 7-0. Slot backs each way and a fullback and wideouts to each side here for the Marshals. And now a timeout taken by the Marshals. Hopes to delay a game against Marshall County. Apparently did not get the timeout called in time. $25 yards and penalties already for the Marshals, with still 2:48 to play in the first quarter. And over 130 yards and penalties last week in their win over Ballard Memorial. Well, 3rd and 2 has become 3rd and 7. The Marshals trailing 7-0. Critical that they keep this drive going for a little while. And now we will get a timeout for Marshall County. Trying to get everybody organized here. The Marshals will take a timeout, their first of the first half, with 2:27 to play in the first half. The Marshals have it 3rd and long from inside their own 35-yard line, with Calloway County leading 7-0 when we return on WCBL Sports.
CFSB proudly brings you Casasa. What's Casasa? It's a catchy word for earning cash that just might make you want to dance. Get paid for doing simple things you do anyway. That's free Casasa checking. Ask for free Casasa checking at CFSB.
Inside the CFSB Investments Broadcast Center, Jeff Waters, Aaron Clayton, Chris Freeland. The Marshals looking at 3rd and long from inside their own 35-yard line, and Stokes had his feet get tangled up with the center as he took the ball on the snap, and he falls back at the 30-yard line, and that's where he's down. And the Marshals will be forced to punt it away. It'll be 4th and 10 and a punting situation here for the Marshals. Calloway County leading 7-0 and about to get the ball back, and it'll be Austin Stockdale coming on to punt. This is the first time we've seen him punt this season. He's handled the place kicking duties for the Marshals, but the first punt of the season for Stockdale. Gets a good snap, has time, low kick, and it will bounce just inside midfield. Brett Yeager is back to receive it, and also chasing it for Calloway County was Jacob Phillips. They get away from it. The Marshals will chase it all the way down to the 31-yard line and down it there. Tristan Klein puts a hand on it to down it there. Calloway County with a long scoring drive that just took 2 plays on their last possession. 7-0 lead it. And taking over here at their own 31-yard line. 1:43 to play in the first quarter. Calloway County's offense takes the field. They go right up to the line of scrimmage. They are a hurry-up offense. Stribling will be set to Foster's right, and they stack the twins, one behind the other, to each side. Stribling on the handoff, and Stribling working his way up the middle. Finds 4, maybe 5 yards. Blake Strader, one of the defensive linemen for Marshall County, will make the tackle. It's a 4-yard pickup for Darius Stribling. And we'll bring up 2nd and 6. 7-0 Calloway County with the lead in the football, working left to right as we watch it from the CFSB Investments Broadcast Center. Foster in the shotgun again. Set back to his right is Stribling. Twin receivers each way, ball near the right hash. And Stribling gets the call again, and Stribling trying to work his way up the middle and got back to the line of scrimmage and maybe just beyond before he's dropped by Chet Kretzinger, who's pulling double duty on both sides of the line tonight for the Marshals. Isaac Stevenson coming into the defensive backfield. Dylan Rayburn will kind of move to a dime back position here as they take one of the linebackers out. Rayburn will move to a dime back position, and Isaac Stevenson will take his spot at corner. Now the Marshals are going to blitz, and it's a blitz off the near side, and a quick pass by Foster falls incomplete. Good defensive call there for the Marshals. They went to the dime package, but then they blitzed out of it. And it'll bring up fourth down for Callaway County. Foster had to rush his throw there. There's going to be a quick hitter out in the flat, but not enough time to let it set up. Ty Buckmeyer walking backwards inside the 35-yard line of Marshall County, awaiting this punt. Here's the kick. Boy, this is a nice punt. This is a heck of a punt here by Callaway County, and it will bounce all the way down inside the 5-yard line, and it'll be downed at the 4-yard line. What a punt. Marshals will have it from their own 4-yard line. Marshals will have it 1st and 10 from their own 4, trailing Callaway County 7-0. We are in the CFSB Investments Broadcast Center. Patrick Flannery feels that customer trust is the foundation of his business. CFSB Investments honors that trust. Stop by and see Patrick and plan for your future. His office is in CFSB's Benton Banking Center. Products offered are not a deposit, not FDIC insured, no bank guarantee, and may lose value. Patrick Flannery is a registered representative of LPL Financial and not affiliated with CFSB, member FINRA and the SIPC. So apparently there was a flag, and the officials decided to snail mail each other the result of the penalty. Apparently it was against Callaway County, a 5-yard penalty. So Marshall County's offense and Callaway County's defense had already come out to take the field, and the officials decided that there had been a flag thrown. So, may work in Marshall County's favor. This snap a bit high, handled well, but another pretty good kick. Not as good as the last one. Buckmeyer takes it at the 30, heads all the way across the other side of the field, brings it back across the 30 as he backtracked about 3 yards. And just beyond the 30-yard line, Bryce Yeager brings him down. Yeager, I read an article after their most recent game with Metcalfe County in the Murray Ledger and Times. Chris Champion, head coach of Callaway County, was talking about Yeager being one of the leaders of this team on both sides of the ball. Not a big guy, but plays hard and makes a lot of plays. 5'6", 130-pound senior. Well, their own 31 is far better than their own 4. The Marshals will start from their own 31-yard line with 18 seconds to play in the first quarter. Inside handoff to Wyatt. Wyatt has a good gain out to the 35-yard line. Pick up a 4, maybe 5. Maybe they're going to give him just beyond the 35. Gabe Walker from the linebacker position to make the stop for Callaway County. That's going to be the final play of the first quarter. Marshals will have it 2nd and about 5 from inside their own 40-yard line, trailing Callaway County 7-0, headed to the second quarter on WCBL Sports. At J&R Pharmacy, you get the best of both worlds. A modern building and convenient location with all the latest technology. And prompt, friendly service, taking the time to answer your questions, and a commitment to your good health and customer satisfaction. If you enjoy all the benefits of a hometown pharmacy, you'll love J&R Pharmacy, featuring a drive-by window for added convenience. J&R Pharmacy, corner of 9th and Main in Benton. Back inside the CFSB Investments Broadcast Center, Jeff Waters, Aaron Clayton, Chris Freeland, 7-0 Callaway County as we head to the second quarter. The Marshals have it 2nd and 5 from their own 36-yard line, left to right as we watch it here in the second quarter. Ball is on the near hash. The Marshals dressed in orange, Callaway County in the road whites with red numbers. Marshals send a receiver out to the left, a tight end on the right, slot backs each way. Stokes holding on to it on the option, reads it and turns it up himself on the right hash and has it out to the 38, maybe the 39. Keaton Elliott on the tackle for Callaway County. Pick up a 3. 3rd and a couple here, very manageable 3rd down for the Marshall County offense. From their own 39-yard line, that's where the Marshals will snap it, trailing 7-0, just underway second quarter. Dylan Rayburn goes out wide to the left, tight end to the right. Slot backs each way. Buckmeyer in motion. Inside handoff to Wyatt, and Wyatt is driven back and will not pick up the first down. Picked up, in fact, they're going to give him out to the 39. So back to the line of scrimmage, maybe just beyond. Lance Steinfeld on the tackle for Callaway County. No sign of the punter for Marshall County. The Marshals may try to draw Callaway County off sides here. And if they can't, might take a timeout. Marshals will go with a straight wishbone formation here. They're going to go for it. Handoff to Buckmeyer. Did a good job of getting away from a tackle near the line of scrimmage. Takes it just beyond the 40. Was able to shake off a tackle near the line of scrimmage. Got it just beyond the 40. Out to the 41. Very close, but picked up the CFSB first down on a pickup of 2. The Marshals rolling the dice a bit there. Trailing 7-0 to Callaway County. So far, being outplayed by Callaway County. Tristan Klein is in at wide out here for the Marshals. Rayburn to the near side, which is the short side of the field. Stokes wants to throw, throws it over the middle, complete to Buckmeyer out of the backfield. Buckmeyer at the 40 of Callaway. 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, and he's dragged down from the backside near the goal line. Did he get in? Yes. Touchdown, Marshall County. 59 yards on the touchdown pass from Tyler Stokes to Buckmeyer. Buckmeyer slipped out of the backfield. Callaway had the receivers covered. So the Marshals had 2 wideouts in the game. Callaway had those receivers covered, but Buckmeyer slipped out of the backfield from his slot back position and was wide open down the seam. So a Taco John's touchdown for Buckmeyer. Second touchdown pass of the season for Stokes. Parkway Chrysler point after attempt coming up here by Austin Stockdale is good. And the Marshals have tied the game at 7 with 10-11 to play until halftime. Back in a moment on WCBL Sports.
Let me tell you about this wax we developed here at Defuse Body Shop. This wax is the easiest wax to apply of any wax on the market, and this wax will give you maximum protection from the elements. And we have a Teflon and a polymer added to this wax to give you a durable wax that'll last a good long time. This wax was developed for our show cars and our show bikes and today's paint. This is the slickest finish that you'll get with any wax on the market.
RE/MAX Replay brought to you by Jeff Smith and his team of realtors at RE/MAX Real Estate Associates, Benton and Murray. 10-11 to play until halftime. The Marshals getting on the board and tying the game on the 59-yard touchdown pass from Stokes to Buckmeyer. Stockdale with the extra point, and we're tied at 7. Let's get it down to Aaron Clayton and a U.S. Bank call to the sideline. Aaron?
Zach Orange, Bryce Yeager for the Lakers, 2 of their most pivotal players so far tonight, both shaken up on that PAT. Had to be assisted back to the sideline. Didn't look to be too injured. May have got an upper body injury there. We'll keep an eye on them. But for the Marshals, pretty much the sideline was saying you're playing in molasses right now. You're a step behind. Looks like you never got off the bus if you had to get on a bus to get here. So wake up, hit your man, block up front, and make the play. You're the better team. Finish strong here and get back in this game.
Tied at 7 after that scoring drive for the Marshals that covered 69 yards. Stockdale puts it on the far hash to kick it away here to Callaway County. Kicking it left to right as we watch it from the CFSB Investments Broadcast Center. High end over end kick will be taken at the 10-yard line by the Callaway County return man, which is Stribling. Stribling heads to the left, brings it across the 20, across the 30, and taken down at the 32-yard line. Dawson Smothers and Luke Young combining on that tackle for Marshall County on special teams. Callaway County from their own 32-yard line. 4th possession of the night for the Lakers. 1 touchdown drive and a couple of punts so far for Callaway this evening. We are tied at 7. Just inside of 10 minutes to play in the first half. Callaway County's offense takes the field. Foster, who has taken all of the snaps at quarterback except for one. Schwepker took a snap on their opening drive. Twins each way. Stribling on the inside run. A big hole off the right side for Stribling. He takes it across the 40 and out near the 42-yard line, maybe just short of the first down. Smothers on the tackle for Marshall County. Dawson second on the team in tackles through the first 3 games for the Marshalls, with 26 coming into tonight's action. They're going to put it down at the 42 now and maybe close enough to warrant a measurement. Ball is just inside the 42. It's where they put it down here for Callaway County. They need the 42 for the first down. The referee takes a look at it, signals first down. Not really sure because it needed the 42. And the nose of the football is inside the 42-yard line. But Callaway County with a fresh set of downs. The Marshalls will rush 4 here. Callaway County has trips right, single receiver left, Stribling up the middle. Stribling finds a little bit of room up the middle, and then he's hit hard. And gets it out to the 44-yard line. It's pickup of a couple. Dawson Smothers on that stop. Most of the Marshall County defensive line was in on that tackle. Young, Kretzinger, Strader, and Myhand across the defensive front right now for the Marshalls. Wooten, Klein, and Smothers are the linebackers. As Foster on second and long for Callaway here. Takes a good snap. Fakes it to Stribling. He's going to hold on to it himself. Got back to the line of scrimmage and just beyond, and that was it. Picked up maybe a yard before he's dropped by Blake Myhand, one of the Marshall County defensive ends. They put it down right at the 45-yard line. Gain of 1 will make it 3rd and 7. Marshalls have won the last 4 in a row in this series. 10 of the last 11 lead the all-time series 25-5. The short side of the field for Callaway here is their left, and they put trips that way with a single receiver to the right. They're going to try to get it to him there on the far side, and Schwepker has it. Schwepker makes a man miss, a cutback move into Marshall County territory across the 40 and out to the 35-yard line. Matthew Wooten on the tackle for Marshall County, but a first down for Callaway County. Tied at 7, and Callaway County comes up with a conversion on 3rd and long. New line of scrimmage, the Marshall County 35. Twins each way. Stribling waits for the inside handoff, and he's able to take a couple of Marshall County tacklers with him for a couple of yards. And now a late flag comes in. Chet Kretzinger will get credit for the tackle. A flag came in at the end of the play. We are tied at 7. 7:51 to play in the first half. That's our Puckett's Jewelry game time. The officials are talking about it there at the end of the run for Callaway County. Personal foul against the Marshalls. Add 15 yards to the end of the run.
15 yards from the end of the run.
That takes it inside the 20. New line of scrimmage for Callaway County is the Marshall County 18-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right, 2 setbacks with Foster. First time we've seen this formation tonight. And it's a counter play and an inside run for Callaway County down to the 15-yard line. Stribling, tackled by Kretzinger. Down to the 15, it ends up being a pickup of 2, maybe 3. Call it a 3-yard gain. 2nd down and 7 coming up. Callaway County operating inside the Marshall County 20. We're tied at 7. Setbacks to each side of Foster. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. This is Zach Orange running around to the right side on another counter play as he dives, as he turns it up on the right corner and takes it down to the 10-yard line. It'll be short of the first down, but a manageable 3rd down coming up here. Tristan Klein makes the tackle for the Marshalls. 3rd and short coming up for Callaway, 3rd and 2. The Lakers have a very capable kicker, by the way, in Ian Clark, who had 2 field goals that proved to be pivotal in their 5-point win last week over Metcalfe County. Setbacks to each side of Foster. He wants to throw. He pump fakes and then he fires, and his intended receiver was Schwepker, who had gotten position inside on the defender on the slant, but the pass was just a bit high and Schwepker not able to come down with it. See what Callaway County decides to do. Clark well within his range here. But in 4th and short, they may go for it.
That brings up 4th and 1.
Ball is at the 10-yard line.
Ball marked at the Marshall County 10-yard line.
Kicking team does not take the field. Foster. Callaway County's going to go for it. Marshalls may bring some pressure. It's a quick pitch to Stribling, and he's able to get by a tackle at the line of scrimmage, behind the line of scrimmage, in fact. Takes it inside the 10, down to the 9. Close to a first down. Dawson Smothers on the tackle. It will depend, I think, on the spot. And it's not a good spot at all for Callaway County. They got the old right foot spot. And just looking at it from up here, I don't think they have the first down. They don't. Turnover on downs. Callaway County, I'm really surprised that they didn't bring Clark in to kick that what would have been a chip shot field goal. I really thought that they would opt to take the points there, especially as well as they've played here in the first half in a tie game. Marshalls will have it from their own 9. Officials timeout. They're taking a look at it again. They're going to bring the chains out. Well, the white hat had signaled Marshall County football. And now that they've had a chance to think about it some more, they're going to bring the sticks out. They'll stretch it out. We'll see here. He's short. Marshall County ball. Short by at least a foot, looked like. Maybe a foot and a half. So the Marshalls will take over from their own 9. Aaron, I'm a little surprised Callaway County didn't go for the field goal there.
Absolutely. Clark is a heck of a kicker, well within his range. He can get 35, 40 yards. And like you said, that might have been a little less than a foot, but still, we'll see if the gamble pays off in Marshall County's favor here as they huddle up under the line.
Stokes looking for that backside counter, and Callaway County right now is just loading up the tackle box. The Marshalls may have to go to some more play action like they scored on with Buckmeyer, as it's Gabe Walker bringing the Marshall County ball carrier down for a loss of 1. 2nd and 11. Luke Wyatt had the carry, I believe. Make it a loss with 2, back to the 7. 2nd and 12. Dylan Rayburn will be split out wide to the left. Ball between the hashes. Marshalls and Callaway County tied at 7. Callaway County loads up the tackle box again. Option play. Stokes with some running room around to the left side. Stokes headed toward the first down marker, and he steps out of bounds as he crosses the 20-yard line. So a CFSB first down on the run on a nice option play by Stokes. Stepped out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. 5:42 to play in the first half. Marshalls leading it, or Marshalls and Callaway County rather, tied at 7. Marshalls hope to be leading it at the end of this possession. Rayburn at receiver will come out wide to the right. Orange will have the coverage there on him. And Callaway County drops a safety, and then everybody else is up inside the tackle box. Backside counter, Stevenson takes it coming around to the left side, turns it up on the left hash, and a good run on first down. Stevenson across the 25, upended it around the 26, maybe the 27 by Aaron Fennell. Make it a gain of 7 out to the 27. Closer to the 28 perhaps. Good run by Stevenson. 2nd and short coming up. 2nd and not quite 3. Marshalls have a couple of timeouts left here in the first half. Tied at 7. Man in motion here for the Marshalls. Stokes on the option play again, and Callaway County bringing pressure on about every snap. And he is going to be brought down for a loss back to the 26. Loss of a couple. Isaac Smith makes the tackle for Callaway County. Marshall County football on WCBL Sports, brought to you in part by these sponsors. The Dent Specialist, Michael Gordon for Marshall County Corner, FLW Incorporated. Chris Freeland for District 6 State Representative, Heartland Motors, CFI Equipment. Also brought to you by Calvert City Insurance, J-Mac Barbecue, Hearth and Home, and Boyd's Auto Service. Marshall's with 3rd and 4 from inside their own 25. Handoff, and not much there. Austin Riley with the carry for Marshall County. Brought down by Sean Ellis, well short of the first down. 4th down here for the Marshalls, and you would say a punting situation. I think the Marshalls will let that play clock roll down as far as they can. Even though they haven't brought a punting team out, I think they'll let that play clock roll down as far as they can, try to take as much time away from Callaway County as they can, or they may straight up go for it. 4th and short. Callaway County loads up the tackle box. Stokes crouches under center, now backs out, and the Marshalls will take a timeout with 3:22 to play in the first half. Second timeout of the first half for the Marshalls. We are tied at 7. The Marshalls will likely punt it to Callaway County with 3:22 remaining in the first half when we return on WCBL Sports.
Let me tell you about this wax we developed here at Defuse Body Shop. This wax is the easiest wax to apply of any wax on the market, and this wax will give you maximum protection from the elements. And we have a Teflon and a polymer added to this wax to give you a durable wax that will last a good long time. This wax was developed for our show cars and our show bikes and today's paint. This is the slickest finish that you'll get with any wax on the market.
Back inside the CFSB Investments Broadcast Center, Jeff Waters, Aaron Clayton, and Chris Freeland welcoming you back as Stockdale will punt it away here for the Marshalls. We are tied at 7, 3:22 to play in the first half. Not the offensive fireworks that we saw last week in the game with Ballard Memorial, and that's an understatement, as those teams combined for 122 points in a record-setting night in a Marshall County victory. Stribling sets up at the Callaway County 46-yard line to receive this punt. Stockdale is ready, gets a good snap, has some time, and gets away a nice kick. Very nice kick by Stockdale. Will be taken back at the 41-yard line by Stribling. He runs around to the right side, nowhere to go. Marshall County is on him quickly and ended up losing a yard as Ray Yeager on the return, rather. Ends up losing a yard. Dawson Smothers leading the charge for the Marshalls. They'll put it down at the 41-yard line. Callaway County from their own 41. Now the Lakers have a couple of timeouts left. 3:13 to play. We are in the first half. The Marshalls show a 4-man defensive front. Man in motion is Schwepker. Now he slips in behind in motion here, and he has a lane up the left side. Schwepker with one to beat here as he's trying to get a move on Austin Riley, the Marshall County safety, and Riley's finally able to push him out of bounds inside the Marshall County 20-yard line. Well, Callaway County will have it 1st and 10 inside the Marshall County 20-yard line. It just parted up that left hash there for Schwepker as it was a quick pitch to him. Marshall County is going to use their final timeout of the first half. Callaway County has moved it inside the Marshall County 20-yard line. 3:03 to play in the first half. We are tied at 7, and we're back in a moment on WCBL Sports.
At Benton Hardware, we strive to provide excellent service to our customers. We're a full-service hardware store. Our friendly, knowledgeable staff will be ready to help you with everything you need from the moment you step in. Throughout our 10,000 square foot store, you'll find a great variety of well-organized products at very reasonable prices, and we'll be happy to offer advice on how to install them. At Benton Hardware, our goal is to make your experience as pleasant as it can be. Visit us at Benton Hardware, 411 East 12th Street.
Coming up at halftime, we'll get comments from Coach Merrick as he heads to the Marshall County locker room. Aaron Clayton will have those with Coach Merrick, brought to you by CFSB Investments. the Holly Office Products halftime report, plus all of the numbers from the first half of this one. Scores from around the area brought to you by Raymond James Financial Advisor Richard Hendrickson. Callaway County 1st and 10 inside the Marshall County 20. Stribling with a run up the middle, and Stribling has it down close to the 10-yard line of Marshall County. Close to another first down for Callaway County. Luke Young on the tackle for the Marshalls. Maybe just short of the first down. 2nd and a yard coming up. Just inside the 10-yard line is where Callaway County will snap it on 2nd and a yard. We are tied at 7. Pressure from the Marshalls off the edge. Quick pitch. It's picked off by Marshall County. It went into the hands of one of the Marshall County defenders, and he's running it the other way, and it'll be brought down by the quarterback, Foster. That was Wooten, I believe. Wooten, who is closing in from his linebacker position. And they tried that quick pitch to Stribling. It actually, I think, bounced maybe off of his fingertips, but right into the hands of Wooten, who returns it all the way out to the 44-yard line. I'm not sure if you classify that as an interception or a fumble recovery, because technically that was a pitchback. We'll call it a fumble recovery. Now the Marshalls have it from their own 44-yard line. Now they are out of timeouts, but they have 2:41 to work with. Stokes rolling, right, throwing, on the run, and it's caught by Smothers at the 30 in traffic, across the 20 and all the way down to the 10. Dawson Smothers, I'm not so sure there wasn't pass interference prior to that, as looked like he had his jersey being held onto it. He caught it in heavy traffic with a hand in his face, and he rumbles all the way down to the 9-yard line. CFSB first down on a gain of 48 yards, and it'll be 1st and goal for the Marshalls at the Callaway County 9 inside the Toyota of Murray red zone. Marshall's having to go to the air a little bit to kind of loosen things up inside, and that's the first time we've seen a pass, I believe, to a tight end this year. Smothers did a terrific job of catching that one. And then a great run after the catch. The Marshalls have it 1st and goal. Wyatt on the run, left side, hole opens up, touchdown Marshall County. From 9 yards out, Luke Wyatt has given Marshall County their first lead of the night. 3rd touchdown run of the season for Wyatt. Marshall's able to take that turnover and turn it into points. Taco John's touchdown for Luke Wyatt. Free combo meal from Taco John's headed his way. Now the Parkway Chrysler point after try coming up here from Austin Stockdale. Heavy rush coming in from Callaway County, but Stevenson gets the snap down on a good snap from Smothers. Stevenson gets the hold down, and Stockdale splits the uprights. 14-7, Marshall County with their first lead of the night. 2:05 remaining first half. Our Puckett's Jewelry game time. The Marshall County kickoff when we return on WCBL Sports.
CFSB proudly brings you Casasa. What's Casasa? It's like never getting surprised by an ATM fee. Bank local and will refund your ATM fees nationwide. That's free Casasa checking. Ask for free Casasa checking at CFSB.
Luke Wyatt from 9 yards out. And the Marshalls have taken the lead. Callaway County, well, you talk about a big swing. Callaway County looked like they were going in to take the go-ahead score. The turnover, Wooten comes up with, basically intercepted the pitch on an option pitch. And he takes it out to the Marshall County 44-yard line. Big pass play. Dawson Smothers made a terrific catch. And then a run after the catch set the Marshalls up inside the 10-yard line, and Wyatt took it in from 9 yards out. 14-7, Marshall County with the lead, and here's a nice kickoff by Stockdale. Bounces at the 2. Callaway County had moved up to around the 10 or 12-yard line, and it goes over the head of the Callaway County deep backs, Schwepker and Stribling, and bounces into the end zone for a touchback. Callaway will start from their own 20-yard line. Coming up tomorrow on WCBL Sports, 10 o'clock. It's the Heritage Bank Marshall County Coaches Show with Marshall's head coach Evan Merritt. Tomorrow evening, Kentucky at Florida. 4:30 countdown to kickoff, 6:30 game time. And then coming up on Sunday, the Cardinals playing at Detroit this weekend, 12:10 first pitch Sunday afternoon on WCBL Sports. 14-7, Marshall County with the lead. Calloway County with the ball. Trips left, single receiver to the right. Inside handoff. This is Stribling, and a big hole opens up on the right side for Stribling. He's across the 40. He's across midfield into Marshall County territory and down to the Marshall County 41-yard line. Make it the 40. Dylan Rayburn makes the tackle. So first down for Calloway County. Ball is at the 40-yard line of Marshall County. Calloway County has 2 timeouts remaining. 1:53 to play in the first half. Isaac Stevenson will come on here for the Marshalls as one of the cornerbacks. Apparently there was a penalty after the play. And it's a 15-yard penalty against Marshall County. It's going to take it down to the 25, and we're going to get it down to Aaron Clayton after this snap here by Calloway County to find out what it was for. Man in motion out of the backfield is Orange. Foster drops to pass. Now he's flushed, and he rolls left. He's headed toward the sideline, stiff arms, and slips out of bounds at the 26-yard line. So a loss of 1. Let's get it down to Aaron Clayton. U.S. Bank call to the sideline and find out what that last penalty flag was for.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, Klein said something the official didn't like. Also earlier, you had a kind of a ticky-tack foul on Kretzinger with a light push. It was called dead ball, personal foul. So right now the Marshalls has got to keep their cool. They've finally been in the right place, right time with these last couple of plays, especially with that pickoff and that lateral pass by Wooten and then the catch by Smothers. Be smart last 2 minutes of this half, getting there with the lead.
Foster looking to throw, and he throws it to Schwepker out in the right flat. Schwepker makes the catch. And a gain of 4 down to the 22. That'll bring up 3rd and long here for Calloway County with 1.5 minutes to play in the first half. 14-7, the lead for Marshall County. Calloway County has it 3rd and 7. Trips left, single receiver right. The Marshalls rush 4. Everybody else drops in coverage. And the pass out on the left side is incomplete. Rayburn coming in with a good hit right as the ball got there. Kai Franklin was the intended receiver, number 8 for Calloway County. And that'll bring up 4th down for Calloway County. And this time they may go ahead and summon Clark, the kicker, in and see if they can salvage 3 out of this drive. Clark hit a couple of field goals last week in their win over Metcalfe County. One was 40 yards plus. This one will be put down at the 29-yard line, so this will be a 46-yard attempt. 39-yard attempt, I should say, here for Clark. Ball is between the hashes, and now a timeout. Calloway County will use their second timeout of the first half. 1:12 to play until halftime. Calloway County setting up for a 39-yard field goal. When we come back, the Marshalls leading 14-7 on WCBL Sports.
At Benton Hardware, we strive to provide excellent service to our customers. We're a full-service hardware store. Our friendly, knowledgeable staff will be ready to help you with everything you need from the moment you step in. Throughout our 10,000 square foot store, you'll find a great variety of well-organized products at very reasonable prices, and we'll be happy to offer advice on how to install them. At Benton Hardware, our goal is to make your experience as pleasant as it can be. Visit us at Benton Hardware, 411 East 12th Street.
Calloway County going to attempt a 39-yard field goal from Ian Clark. Clark, a junior kicker, a right-footed kicker. Snap is good, hold is good. Clark with the kick, has the distance, but it is wide left. He got enough foot into it, but it was wide left. The Marshalls are able to hold Calloway County scoreless on that drive after a couple of nice long plays by Calloway County set the Lakers up in great field position. Marshalls will take over with 1:12 to play in the first half, leading 14-7. No question the Marshalls have some things to clean up in the second half. They will get the ball to start the second half. We'll see what the result of this end of the first half possession will be, but lots of penalty yards, lots of missed tackles in the first half here for the Marshalls. They're fortunate to lead 14-7. Stokes will crouch under center. Buckmeyer goes in motion. Inside handoff to Wyatt, and Wyatt is driven back and lost a yard. Connor Potts on the stop. They're going to put it back down at the 20-yard line, so no gain on the play. Will bring up 2nd and 10. The Marshalls, I think, are content right now to run one more play and then let the final few seconds of the first half go away. The Marshalls will get the football to start the second half. They lead at 14-7. The last thing they need right now is a turnover in their own territory or a missed opportunity or something like that. Quick pitch to Buckmeyer, coming around to the right side, is able to turn it up a little bit on the right corner. He brings it out to the 23-yard line before he's tackled by Gabe Walker. Marshalls do not have to snap it again if they don't want to. Pick up a 4 for Buckmeyer, who had a touchdown reception, catch and run for the Marshalls for their first score of the game that tie the game at 7. Wyatt on the 9-yard touchdown run, giving the Marshalls a 14-7 lead, and that's what it's going to be at halftime. Marshall County 14, Calloway County 7. Send it down to the field. Aaron Clayton standing by with Marshalls head coach Evan Merrick. His halftime comments brought to you by CFSB Investments.
Thank you, Jeff. Talking to Coach Merrick, and Coach, as many breaks didn't go your way, penalty yards, to be that last 3 minutes of the half to get you back in this, you got to feel very fortunate going to halftime.
Very fortunate, and like we said, this team's going to come out fight, and we can't get out of our own way right now. We're going to fix that at halftime. We'll come out in the second half and play ball.
Thank you, Coach.
Uh-huh.
All right, halftime comments, as always, brought to you by the fine folks at CFSB Investments, a full-service financial firm that's committed to helping people pursue their financial goals. They've been voted Marshall County's best investment for 5 years in a row in the Tribs Reader's Choice Awards. So go by and see Jenny Flannery, Patrick Flannery, Riley Solomon inside the CFSB Benton Banking Center at 221 West 5th in Benton, or call 527-4650. Financial advisors, representatives of LPL Financial, not affiliated with CFSB, member FINRA and the SIPC. At the half here, Marshall 14, Callaway 7. Back in a moment on WCBL.
At Benton Hardware, we strive to provide excellent service to our customers. We're a full-service hardware store. Our friendly, knowledgeable staff will be ready to help you with everything you need from the moment you step in. Throughout our 10,000 square foot store, you'll find a great variety of well-organized products at very reasonable prices, and we'll be happy to offer advice on how to install them. At Benton Hardware, our goal is to make your experience as pleasant as it can be. Visit us at Benton Hardware, 411 East 12th Street.
CFSB proudly brings you Casasa. What's Casasa? It's like never getting surprised by an ATM fee. Bank local and will refund your ATM fees nationwide. That's free Casasa checking. Ask for free Casasa checking at CFSB.
Marshalls dressed in their orange uniforms tonight will get the football to start the second half. Won the opening toss, deferred to the second half, so Clark will kick it right to left as we watch it from the CFSB Investments Broadcast Center. Riley back deep along with Isaac Stevenson for the Marshalls, setting up at around the 14, 15-yard line. Clark, a right-footed kicker. Saw him go with a directional kick earlier tonight. This one is toward the far sideline. Near the hash is where Riley takes it. Riley heads up that left hash and brings it across the 25, maybe just beyond the 30 before he's tackled by Gabe Walker. Marshalls with the ball to start the third quarter and looking to be sharper in this half than they were in the first half when they were plagued by penalties and missed tackles. Marshalls will have it from their own 31. Break the huddle. Chet Kretzinger, the Marshall County center, leads the offensive line up to the line of scrimmage. Marshalls will have a tight end to the right and a wide out to the left. Slot backs each way and a fullback. Callaway County putting 9 men in the tackle box. Inside handoff here. Or Stokes holding on to it. Stokes holding on to it. Picked up one, maybe two. Jamison Owens on the stop for Callaway County. Gain of a yard will make it 2nd and 9. Marshalls from their own 32-yard line. We welcome Murray High to Traylor Stadium next Friday night for the final non-district game until the final week of the season when the Marshalls head to Spencer County. 2 weeks from tonight, it's Christian County in the district opener. Slot backs each way, wide out left, tight end right. Callaway County putting a lot of players inside that tackle box again, and the inside handoff to Wyatt got back to the line of scrimmage, maybe. Gabe Walker on the stop for Callaway County. In fact, lost a yard. Back to the original line of scrimmage, the 31, 3rd and 10. Marshalls have gone to the play action pass a couple of times tonight to try to loosen things up. They've been successful, including one that went for a touchdown. See what they do here on 3rd and 10. Callaway County puts essentially 9 men in the tackle box. One of the linebackers drifts back a little more. It's the backside counter play. And it'll be a good run here for Stevenson, but short of the first down. He brings it across the 35 out to the 37. Brought down by Aaron Fennell. We have seen the Marshalls go for it in a similar situation earlier tonight, and they were successful. And looking like they might go for it here. 4th and 4 from their own 37. Another gamble here. They might just be trying to draw Callaway offside. Straight wishbone, 2 tight ends. Stokes taking a long time on the snap count, trying to perhaps draw Callaway County offsides. Now a timeout taken by the Marshalls. Their first timeout of the second half. 9:57 to play in the 3rd quarter. Marshall County leading at 14-7. And on 4th and 4, we'll likely punt when we return on WCBL Sports.
At J&R Pharmacy, you get the best of both worlds. A modern building and convenient location with all the latest technology. And prompt, friendly service, taking the time to answer your questions, and a commitment to your good health and customer satisfaction. If you enjoy all the benefits of a hometown pharmacy, you'll love J&R Pharmacy, featuring a drive-by window for added convenience. J&R Pharmacy, corner of 9th and Main in Benton.
I said the Marshalls would likely punt, but right now the offense remains on the field. Offensive coordinator David Morris was talking to the Marshalls, going over some strategy, and Coach Evan Merrick steps into the huddle to give some instructions as well. They may let Stokes Pooch kick it here. Oh, they're going to send Riley, and now Stockdale started to come in. Marshalls have plenty of time on the play clock, but they need to get organized here, and it is going to be Riley to punt it away. Stockdale punted the first 2 times tonight for the Marshalls. Riley gets away the kick here, and it will be taken by Yeager inside the 35-yard line of Callaway County on a fair catch. Yeager takes it just inside the 33-yard line, so the Marshalls 3 and out on their opening possession of the 3rd quarter. They lead Callaway County 14-7. Gave you the sports schedule for WCBL for the weekend on our sister station WCCK. Lady Marshall Soccer going on right now, 95.7 against Boyle County in the DC Electric Lady Marshall Classic tomorrow morning. The Marshall soccer team at Greenwood High School in Bowling Green. Heritage Bank pregame show at 9:35 and game time at 10 o'clock. Inside handoff to Stribling on this first down play for Callaway County, and a couple of yards for Stribling on the inside run before he is wrapped up by Dawson Smothers. And coming up tomorrow evening on WCCK Sports, the University of Louisville and their home openers. They'll play Indiana State. 4:30 pregame, 6 o'clock game time for that one. 2nd and 8 for Callaway County from their own 35. Trips left, single receiver right. The Marshalls will rush 4. They fake the handoff to Stribling. Instead, it's a quick pass to Schwepker out in the right flat, complete at the 40-yard line, but upended right there. Several Marshall County players in on that tackle. Dylan Rayburn was leading the way. Callaway County will have it 3rd down and we'll call it 3. Third and 3 for Callaway County. The ball put down at their 40-yard line near the right hash. Trips left, single receiver right. Marshall's with 5 defensive backs on the field. Nickel package here. Foster drops to throw, and his pass is incomplete as he was getting heavy pressure. The pass incomplete as Foster hits the turf right as he got rid of that football, and that'll bring up 4th down in a punting situation here for Callaway County. Buckmeyer will return this Marshall County, or be the Marshall County return man on this Callaway County punt. Clark will punt it here. Buckmeyer drifts back just inside the 25-yard line of Marshall County. Good snap. Time here for Clark. Pretty good kick. Buckmeyer watches it sail out of bounds on the far side of the field. The question is, where did it cross out of bounds? A flag comes in back at the 43-yard line of Callaway County. The officials are talking about it. It's kind of in that neighborhood where you expect holding, or, well, it's a procedure penalty against Callaway County. Well, the Marshals take it from the end of the kick is the question. Went out of bounds at the 23. They'll add 5 yards to that, I think. If they mark off the penalty yardage from where the punt went out of bounds, it should be Marshall County's ball on the 28-yard line, on their own 28-yard line. So a holding call against Marshall County. So there was a procedure penalty that was signaled first of all against Callaway County, and now holding called against Marshall County. Aaron, what in the world is going on down there?
Of course, right now the coaches are saying they should be offsetting, and Coach Merrick wanted an explanation as well, waving down the official here on the near side, and now the referee to see exactly what the call should be. Of course, procedural penalty would be 5 yards. Holding penalty would be 10 yards. Of course, minus of that is 5, but right now the official's saying the holding penalty is going to be trumping.
Well, technically, if it was a procedure penalty, that's a dead ball, and it should the punt shouldn't have happened. They should have blown it dead and brought them back and punted again. Pitch back here to Buckmeyer. Callaway County bringing all kinds of pressure, and Buckmeyer is going to be dropped for a big loss. Now, flag comes in the secondary. Walker made the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. 14-7, Marshall County with the lead and the football. We'll await the call here. It's a personal foul face mask against Callaway County. Well, that flag came in well away from the play. So that'll take it out beyond the 25-yard line. Give Marshall County a CFSB first down. 15-yard penalty against Callaway County on the personal foul face mask penalty. The Marshals have a little bit of breathing room here out to their own 26, leading Callaway County 14-7, third quarter of action. Stokes crouches up under center, and Marshall County had a couple of players leave at the same time, and it's Stokes on the option play, turning up on the right hash, has it across the 30 out to the 35, and a gain of 9. I think the Marshals were fortunate there because I think the Marshals had a procedure penalty there. Had a couple of guys leaving at the same time early. So pickup of 9 for Stokes, no flag on the play, and it'll bring up 2nd and 1. Marshall County 14, Callaway County 7, 2nd and 1 coming up for the Marshals from their own 35-yard line. Dalton Keeling still in at right guard for the Marshals. Chase Chambers out this week. They hope to have him back next week. Backside counter, flag comes in. Stevenson making people miss along the left side, and he has the first down, but a flag comes in at the 39-yard line. Connor Potts on the Callaway County tackle. Potts is 6'3", 183-pound junior linebacker for Callaway County. The officials are discussing this is a spot of the foul penalty, and looks like a chop block against Marshall County. From the spot of the foul, 15 yards. Back to the 24. Marshals will have it from their own 24-yard line with 7:27 remaining in the third quarter. 2nd and 13 coming up here. Marshals break the huddle. Tristan Klein is in at wide receiver. He'll come out to the near side. The ball is spotted between the hashes. Callaway County with 5 across the defensive front, a safety, and a cornerback. Pitch to Buckmeyer. Right side, across the 30, and pushed out of bounds as he crosses the 35. At the 36-yard line, he's pushed out of bounds by Aaron Fennell, and close to a first down. Pickup of 13, so close to a first down, and it is a first down. CFSB first down and a $3 deposit into the CFSB Scholarship Scoreboard Fund. On the 13-yard run by Ty Buckmeyer as a touchdown catch tonight for the Marshals. 14-7, the lead for Marshall County with 7:01 remaining in the third quarter. That is our Puckett's Jewelry game time. Straight wishbone set here for the Marshals, and 2 tight ends in the game. Stokes goes up under center. Hand off to the second man through, which is Stevenson, one of the halfbacks, across the 40 out to the 43. That was Buckmeyer again. Beg your pardon. Buckmeyer on the carry again. Keaton Elliott makes the tackle for Callaway County, but a good gain on first down. Pickup of 7, 2nd and 3. Ball on the near hash. The Marshals left to right as we watch it here in the third quarter from the CFSB Investments Broadcast Center. Marshall County 14, Callaway County 7. That was our score at halftime. Teams have traded punts so far in the third quarter. This is Marshall County's second possession of the third quarter. Straight wishbone again. Riley takes it on a handoff here. Started up the middle, breaks it out, and he's across midfield, and he's brought down from the backside deep into Callaway County territory down to the 33-yard line. Riley got into all kinds of traffic running up the middle and somehow found a way to get out of it. Keaton Elliott probably saved a touchdown run there. CFSB first down for the Marshals. 24-yard run for Austin Riley. Marshals are going with the traditional wishbone formation here with 2 tight ends. Hand off Buckmeyer. Buckmeyer working his way behind the right tackle, and he has it down to the 26-yard line of Callaway County. And a flag comes in back in the Marshall County backfield. Lance Steinfeld made the tackle. So a personal foul against the Marshals. They had over 130 yards and penalties last week in the win over Ballard Memorial. Unofficially, I have them with 95 yards and penalties so far tonight. Personal foul against the Marshals. Klein will come back in here, so will Rayburn. So the Marshals will go back to using a couple of wide receivers. Tanner Fuller was in there on the line for the Marshals as he is out now. This will take it back to the Callaway County 41-yard line. Second and long, 2nd and 18 to be exact. Klein will go out wide to the left. Slot backs each way. Rayburn is wide right. That's the short side of the field. Wide is the fullback. Buckmeyer in motion. Stokes looks to throw. Throwing over the middle under heavy pressure, and it is incomplete. Just had to get rid of that one quickly as Callaway County was coming in with heavy pressure. It was intended for Dylan Rayburn. Aaron Fennell had the coverage there on Rayburn. Marshall's leading at 14-7. Third quarter of action, 5:09 to play. Clock stopped after that incomplete pass. Addison Riley will come in as a tight end here for the Marshalls. Klein goes out. Play clock down to 8 seconds as the Marshalls break the huddle. They hurry up to the line of scrimmage. Stokes gets up under center. Buckmeyer in motion. Pitch to him. Turning on the right side and not finding anything. Got back to the line of scrimmage. He's brought down at the 41-yard line. Gabe Walker, and we've called his name several times tonight for Callaway County. He's a senior defensive end. 6 feet, 189 pounds. Fourth and long here for the Marshalls at the 41-yard line of Callaway County. Ball on the 41. The Marshalls need the 23 of Callaway County for a first down. They're going to go for it. Stokes goes up under center. Takes a good snap. Play action fake. Throws it and intended for Stevenson. Not able to come up with it down at the 30-yard line. So the Marshalls will turn it over on downs. And Callaway County will take over, trailing the Marshalls 14-7. Let's get it down to Aaron Clayton and a U.S. Bank call to the sideline. Aaron?
Some rough news for the Marshalls right now. Austin Riley taking off his boots, taking off his jersey right now as he is iced down. His left ankle seems to have turned that. Heard it pop again whenever he had that long run. Also, Chet Kretzinger taking a shot. He's trying to recover from that right now. So you got two pivotal Marshalls on the bench right now recovering from potential injuries. And, of course, the Marshalls, sorry drive that time, and now really on their heels on a line. The Lakers to come back right now is going to be the main goal, only up by one score late in the third.
Callaway County will have trips left. Single receiver right. Handoff to Stribling, running up the middle. Now working his way left a little bit and has it across the 40 out to the 44-yard line. Pick up a 3, maybe 4. I believe it was Dawson Smothers on that tackle for Marshall County. Stallings comes in on the defensive line here for the Marshalls. Jake Haney is also in on the defensive front. Haney leads the Marshall County team in fumble recovery so far this season with 2. Senior that's worked hard and getting his opportunity to see the field some here in his final year in a Marshall County uniform. Trips right, single receiver left. Foster looks to throw. The pass is caught in the near flat. On the catch for Callaway County was Garrett Lovett, and it'll go for a first down. Ty Buckmeyer coming up from his cornerback position to make the stop, but a first down for Callaway County into Marshall County territory. Down to the 46-yard line of the Marshalls. Trips right, Twins left. Empty backfield here for Callaway County. The Marshalls with the nickel package, and the Marshalls trying to get a little bit of a head start. Both of the defensive ends got into the neutral zone, and it'll be offsides against the Marshalls. 4:01 to play in the third quarter, with the Marshalls leading 14-7. That was our score at halftime. First and 5 for Callaway after that offsides penalty against the Marshalls. Moves it closer to the 40-yard line of Marshall County. Now Callaway County just gave it right back to them as their slot receiver and one of the offensive linemen taking off before the ball was snapped. Callaway County gives it right back to the Marshalls on the 5-yard penalty. And we're back to the line of scrimmage being the Marshall County 46-yard line. And first and 10 for Callaway County. Ball is spotted on the left hash. Wideouts each way, 2 of them each way, twins to each side. Single set back to Foster's right. They're running a speed option play. Foster decides to hold on to it. He is upended near the line of scrimmage. Blake Myhand, one of the Marshall County defensive ends, making the tackle. No gain on the play. Second and 10 coming up here for Callaway County. Marshalls defended that one well. They covered up the pitch man. Foster had to take it. Myhand was there to drop him. Twins each way here for the Lakers. Single set back to Foster's left. And And Callaway County may have gotten a head start again. Flag comes in. Play is blown dead right as the ball is snapped to Foster. 5 yards against Callaway County. Takes it back into Callaway County territory, back to the Lakers' 49-yard line. Don't forget Kentucky at Florida tomorrow. 4:30 countdown to kickoff. Game time 6:30 for the Wildcats down in the swamp in Gainesville. Foster looking for the screen pass. Has it to Schwepker. He breaks it up the middle, and he's getting ready to score. Schwepker on a little screen pass on the look-in screen. And we're an extra point away from being tied. 51 yards on the scoring play. Clark could tie it with the extra point. 14-13, Marshall County awaiting the outcome of the extra point try here by Clark. Schwepker, that's twice tonight. He's caught it, made some room, and scored on long plays. And the extra point try is blocked. So the Marshalls will keep the lead here. Looked like it was Blake Myhan that came through and blocked that extra point. 3:06 to play in the third quarter. Puckett's Jewelry game time. And we have a tight one here with the Marshalls leading 14-13. Callaway County kicks it off when we return on WCBL Sports.
At J&R Pharmacy, you get the best of both worlds. A modern building and convenient location with all the latest technology. And prompt, friendly service, taking the time to answer your questions, and a commitment to your good health and customer satisfaction. If you enjoy all the benefits of a hometown pharmacy, you'll love J&R Pharmacy, featuring a drive-by window for added convenience. J&R Pharmacy, corner of 9th and Main in Benton.
51-yard catch and run from Foster to Schwepker. The extra point try blocked, so the Marshalls keep the lead at 14-13. Clark ready to kick it away. Let's see if the Marshalls can get some good field position on the return. Pretty good kick here by Clark, but a chance for a return, and Isaac Stevenson will take it over the shoulder catch at the 13-yard line. Heads up the right side, stays on his feet across the 25, and out of bounds, pushed out of bounds near the 30-yard line. Keaton Elliott pushes him out of bounds, and the Marshalls will start from their own 30. 14-13 Callaway County. Or 14-13 Marshall County. Callaway County just had the long scoring pass from Foster to Schwepker. Marshalls have had the ball twice in the third quarter. A punt and a turnover on downs. Dylan Rayburn will come out wide to the right. Tight end to the left. Slot backs each way, and Wyatt is the fullback lined up behind Stokes. Wyatt gets the call here, and the Marshall County offensive line opens a nice hole up the middle for him. And Wyatt, with some hard running, has it across the 35 and out to the 40-yard line. Bryce Yeager making the tackle close to a first down, maybe just shy. Oh. Officials take a look at it. Give the Marshalls a first down. CFSB first down on a 10-yard gain for Luke Wyatt. Marshall County 14, Callaway County 13. Rayburn comes out wide to the right. That's the short side of the field here for the Marshalls. Callaway County bringing some pressure. It's the backside counter again. Stevenson coming around to take it and cutting it up the middle. Has it out to the 44-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 4. Second down and 6 coming up. Isaac Smith on the tackle for Callaway County. Smith, a 5'5", 141-pound junior linebacker for Callaway County. Second and 6 here for the Marshalls. Line of scrimmage for the Marshalls, their own 44-yard line. Slot backs each way. Wyatt lined up directly behind Stokes. Wide out right, tight end to the left, and Wyatt takes the handoff and picks up a yard out to the 45, maybe just beyond the 45. Connor Potts makes the Callaway County tackle. Marshalls will have it third, and we will call it 4. 3rd and 4 coming up. Clock moving, 90 seconds to play in the third. County loads up that tackle box again. Stokes holding on to it on the option play. Stiff arm to get a little room, and a nice run by Stokes around to the near side as he holds on to it on the option play and takes it into Callaway County territory and picks up a first down in the process. CFSB first down. Jamison Owens on the stop for Callaway County, but a run down to the 44-yard line. Gain of 9 for Stokes and a CFSB first down. Marshall County's 10th first down of the night. 14-13, Marshall County with the lead, closing stage of the third quarter. Slot backs each way, wide out to the left. Inside handoff, Wyatt is able to brush off a tackler near the line of scrimmage and keep it moving forward for 2, maybe 3 yards before he's taken down by Colby Thorne. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7 coming up for the Marshals. This will likely be the final play of the third quarter. The Marshals have it just inside the Callaway County 42. This will be a straight wishbone formation here. Full house backfield with tight ends to each side. It's a counter play, and it was Matthew Wooten on the carry for Marshall County, and he takes it down to the 40-yard line. Dropped there, short of the first down. Zach Orange on the stop. Picked up maybe a yard just inside the 40-yard line. That'll be the final play of the fourth quarter. 14-13, Marshall County with the lead and the football when we return to start the fourth quarter on WCBL Sports.
Let me tell you about this wax we developed here at Defuse Body Shop. This wax is the easiest wax to apply of any wax on the market, and this wax will give you maximum protection from the elements. And we have a Teflon and a polymer added to this wax to give you a durable wax that'll last a good long time. This wax was developed for our show cars and our show bikes and today's paint. This is the slickest finish that you'll get with any wax on the market.
Marshall's trying to convert on third down. Luke Wyatt takes the inside handoff and plowing up the middle, close to the first down. Takes it down to the 35. They'll spot it just inside the 36. 4th and less than a yard. Connor Potts makes the stop for Callaway County. Tanner Fuller running on for the Marshals to come in for this play as Marshals will go for it at the Callaway County 36-yard line, 4th and a yard. Play clock down to 8 as Stokes goes up under center. And off left side, big hole to the left side. This is Stevenson running at the 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Marshall County. 36-yard touchdown run for Tyler Stevenson. And a much-needed touchdown drive for this Marshall County team. They cover 70 yards on that drive. Final 36 by Tyler Stevenson. Taco John's touchdown for Stevenson. Parkway Chrysler point after attempt by Stockdale. Booms it through the uprights. 70-yard scoring drive for the Marshals. They take an 8-point lead, 21-13. Marshall County kickoff when we return on WCBL Sports.
CFSB proudly brings you Casasa. What's Casasa? It's like never getting surprised by an ATM fee. Bank local and will refund your ATM fees nationwide. That's free Casasa checking. Ask for free Casasa checking at CFSB.
RE/MAX Replay brought to you by Jeff Smith and all of the professional realtors at RE/MAX Real Estate Associates, Benton and Murray. It's a fact, no one sells more real estate than RE/MAX. First score of the second half for the Marshals. They led 14-7 at halftime. Callaway County cut it to 14-13 earlier here in the third quarter. Earlier in the third quarter. Here early in the fourth quarter, the Marshals have pushed their lead to 8. Another good kick here by Stockdale. Stribling will get a chance for a return from the 4-yard line. Heads up the middle. He's across the 20. And finally, Klein is able to grab him around the waist and ride him down across the 35 and out to the 38-yard line. But a good starting point here for Callaway County from their own 38. I would say priority number one for the Marshall County defense right now is knowing at all times where Luke Schwepker is lined up on the field. Just a junior for Callaway County. A lot of underclassmen on this Callaway County roster. Coach Chris Champion in his first year trying to get that program built back up. Picked up their first win since October of 2016 last week when they turned back Metcalfe County and Murray. Marshalls will rush 4 defenders here. Everybody else is in pass coverage. Inside handoff to Stribling. Stribling heads up the middle and has it across the 40 out to the 44. Making the tackle for Marshall County is Blake Myhand, but he's also shaken up on the play as the Marshall County trainer Jen Salmon will come out to take a look. So will Evan Merrick. Marshall's going without Austin Riley as he is aggravated that nagging ankle injury again. Devin Evans will find out this coming week when he will be cleared to play. They hope that is as soon as next week, even though may not get much game action if he's cleared for next week. It may be the Christian County game before Evans sees a significant time, but they hope to have him cleared to play coming up this next Friday night against Murray High. He had that fractured ankle he suffered in the scrimmage against Paducah Tillman the week before the regular season opener. My hand is up, looks like he's okay. And Callaway County will have it 2nd and 4 from their own 44-yard line. 10:51 to play in the 4th quarter. Marshall County 21, Callaway County 13. 4-man rush coming here from the Marshall. Stribling takes the handoff again, started to the left, tried to cut it back a little bit. As across the 45 out to the 46, gain of a couple will leave Callaway County 3rd and 2. Dalton Keeling, who's in on the defensive line here for the Marshalls, started tonight on the offensive line. Seeing some time on the defensive line as the Marshalls try to get some of these guys some rest as they get opportunities. Stribling takes the carry here. Dawson Smothers comes up to greet him after a gain of 1, maybe 2. It'll be close to a first down for Stribling. He needed 2. And from the look of the spot, it looks like he's got the first down. He does. Coming up on our post-game coverage, the post-game interview with Coach Merrick, brought to you by First Kentucky Bank. The play of the game brought to you by Century 21 Realtor by Ryan Boatwright. All of the numbers from this one and scores from around the area brought to you by Raymond James Financial Advisor Richard Hendrickson. Counterplay here for Callaway County, and a good run on first down for Zach Orange as he takes it into Marshall County territory down to the 45-yard line. Now they're going to say he's brought down at the 46. Buckmeyer with the tackle. Buckmeyer moved from his safety position where he started the first 3 games to cornerback. And Stevenson moved from corner to safety tonight. Now right now, Buckmeyer is the free safety. Foster on the handoff. A little bit of a hesitation here by the ball carrier for Callaway County, Waters, as he waited for an opening to come up, but never really did. Tristan Klein from his linebacker spot makes the tackle. It ends up being a 2-yard gain to the Marshall County 43. Leaves Callaway County 3rd and 2. Marshall County 21, Callaway County 13 as we hit the 9-minute mark of the game. Setbacks to each side of Foster in a shotgun here. Trying to run that counter play again. Stribling is able to move out of a tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Takes it down to the 38-yard line. Dalton Keeling on the stop. If it is the 38 where they go ahead and mark it, that will be short of the first down. It'll bring up 4th down and a yard for Callaway County. Probably not quite a yard. They're taking a look at it, and it's 4th down. 4th and not quite a yard. So Foster will come out. And Callaway County will go with kind of a wildcat look here. And coming in at quarterback is Jamison Owens. The play clock is down to 10. Callaway County is trying to get organized. And a power formation here with a full house backfield and 2 tight ends. Owens is going to try to take it, and he does up the middle and has the first down. Owens on a wildcat look, converts on 4th and short. Kretzinger made the tackle, but not before Owens picked up the first down for Callaway County down to the Marshall County 37-yard line. 8:15 remaining in this one. Callaway County has taken it inside the Marshall County 40-yard line. 2 receivers each way here for Callaway. Shotgun for Foster. Fakes the quick pitch, instead takes it himself and takes it across the 45 down to the 44. Dawson Smothers comes up to meet him there. Smothers came into the game second on the team in tackles through the first 3 games, with Riley having to miss a big part of the night tonight. He was the team leader in tackles. Smothers will likely be the team leader in tackles after tonight. 2nd and 7 here for Callaway County. Foster's ready. Has a set back to his right. It's Stribling. Stribling running off the left side. Stribling at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Callaway County. 34-yard touchdown run for Darius Stribling. And Callaway County will go for 2 here and try to tie this game up. Comes with 7:22 remaining. Stribling with 109 rushing yards tonight. So Owens, another wildcat look here. The snap is low, and Marshall County comes in and knocks the ball away, and then they recover it. So Callaway County comes up empty on the 2-point try, but they have pulled to within 2, 21-19 with 7:22 remaining in this game. And we are back after these important words on WCBL Sports.
At Benton Hardware, we strive to provide excellent service to our customers. We're a full-service hardware store. Our friendly, knowledgeable staff will be ready to help you with everything you need from the moment you step in. Throughout our 10,000 square foot store, you'll find a great variety of well-organized products at very reasonable prices, and we'll be happy to offer advice on how to install them. At Benton Hardware, our goal is to make your experience as pleasant as it can be. Visit us at Benton Hardware, 411 East 12th Street.
62-yard scoring drive for Callaway County. They've now scored touchdowns on their last 2 possessions. 21-19, Marshall County keeps the lead after the 2-point try, no good for the Lakers. Marshall County football on WCBL Sports, brought to you in part by these sponsors: Dennis Faust for Commonwealth Attorney, Woodman Life Representative Roger Pierce, Rogue Graphics of Kentucky, Twin Lakes Worship Center, First Choice Auto Sales, Award Masters Incorporated, Dr. David Cassidy and staff at Benton Family Dental, and by CISA Contractors. Long time left to play in this game. 7:22 remaining, 21-19 Marshall County. The Marshalls need a good drive coming up here. They need another score. They need to try to get this thing to a 2-score game if they can. Clark is ready. And another directional kick. Flag comes in. The play is blown dead, and we may get offsides against Callaway County. .7:22 left in this one. Detroit, a winner tonight over St. Louis. 5-3 the final of that one, the first of that 3-game series. Interleague play for the Cardinals in Detroit. Apparently not a penalty. They put it back down at the 40-yard line. Another short kick angling toward the sideline, and it'll be Buckmeyer taking it on the bounce at the 20. Buckmeyer heads right, hurdles a couple of tacklers there. He breaks into the open field. He heads toward the corner, turns it up on the 30. He's across the 40 and ridden down from behind at the 45-yard line. Good return by Ty Buckmeyer. Isaac Smith finally brought him down, and the Marshalls will have it from their own 45, 1st and 10. After our broadcast tonight, the Lake Kim Community Federal Credit Union scoreboard show with Aaron Clayton, all the updated high school football scores from around the area, and the sports lineup for the weekend on WCBL and WCCK. Then it's the Lindy's College Football Report, brought to you by R. Bargee & Company Insurance Services. And right after that, a look at Kentucky football with the voice of the Wildcats, Tom Leach. Marshall's 1st and 10 from their own 45, leading 21-19. Straight wishbone look here for the Marshalls. Handoff left side, and I believe that was Buckmeyer. Hope it was Stevenson on the carry. And Stevenson able to pick up a yard, maybe 2, before he's brought down by Jamison Owens. Pick up a 2 out to the 47. Clock goes under 7 minutes to play in this one. Muggy night here in Graftonville. Good crowd on hand, both sides. Rivalry game. The Marshalls looking for their 5th win in a row over Callaway County and their 11th in the last 12 meetings. Hand off to Buckmeyer. Buckmeyer breaks it up the middle, and stumbling and a shoestring tackle is all that prevented Ty Buckmeyer from visiting the end zone again. He does pick up the first down across midfield down to the Callaway County 43. Phillips likely prevented the touchdown there. Woot will come in. Buckmeyer will get a breather here. CFSB first down for the Marshalls. Callaway County loading up that tackle box. Full house backfield for the Marshalls with 2 tight ends. Hand off to Wooten. Wooten lowers his head, running up the middle. He's across the 40 and down to the 39. Pick up a 4 on first down. Aaron Fiddle makes the tackle for Callaway County. 2nd and 6 coming up for the Marshalls. Marshall County offensive coordinator David Morris with a play call to Tyler Stokes as the Marshalls come out of the huddle now. Stevenson and Buckmeyer are the halfbacks in this wishbone set. Wyatt is the fullback, 2 tight ends. Pitch to Stevenson, running left side. Got a block on the edge. Turns it up on the corner, and he's across the 35 and down to the 34 of Callaway County. Garrett Lovett makes the tackle for Callaway County. Just shy of the first down marker, maybe. So 3rd and short here as Isaac Stevenson comes into the game for the Marshalls. Marshalls have it inside the Callaway County 35, just inside the 34-yard line, leading Callaway County 21-19. Fuller is in as a tight end on the right here for the Marshalls. Wishbone formation. Addison Riley, the tight end on the left. This is Wooten, and Wooten is upended near the line of scrimmage, falling forward. Maybe he picked up enough to get the first down. Jamison Owens will get credit for that Callaway County tackle. Stevenson is back in. Wooten is out. And apparently no gain on the play. So 4th and less than a yard. Big play coming up here. That's an understatement. The game could hang in the balance on the outcome of this 4th down play. Buckmeyer is back in at halfback. And the Marshalls want to take an opportunity here to go ahead and talk about it. 21-19, Marshall County with a 2-point lead. They have it 4th and less than a yard, deep inside Callaway County territory with 4:33 to play in this football game. We will come back with this 4th down play in just a moment on WCBL Sports.
CFSB proudly brings you Casasa. What's Casasa? It's a catchy word for earning cash that just might make you want to dance. Get paid for doing simple things you do anyway. That's free Casasa checking. Ask for free Casasa checking at CFSB.
During that timeout, they went ahead and brought the sticks out to go ahead and measure. And the Marshals are just short, 4th and less than a yard. They'll work out of a straight wishbone with 2 tight ends in the game. Stokes making sure everybody's on the same page. Goes up under center. Handoff to Wyatt. Up the middle. First down and some to spare. Wyatt fighting hard across the 30-yard line down to the 29 of Calloway County. And a big, big CFSB first down for the Marshals. 4:26 remaining, and as they set the sticks, the clock will start back up. We are in the CFSB Investments Broadcast Center, 21-19 Marshall County. Marshals with the ball working inside the Calloway County 30-yard line, and a fresh set of downs. They'll stay with a wishbone look here and 2 tight ends. Hand off again, and Wyatt working his way up the middle again. Wyatt, some hard-earned yards, 3-yard gain down to the 27-yard line. And we get a flag coming in at the end of this play. Let's get it down to Aaron Clayton and a U.S. Bank call to the sideline. Aaron?
Little injury report here for you. Riley done for the night, of course, with that left leg injury. Also, Stallings, he was fighting through some camp. They also looked at the left arm of Myhan. Seems to be doing better now. But right now, very emotional on the sideline and bringing positive motivation now. Been local ministers over the last few weeks. Brother Allen Miller the last couple of weeks, giving pregame, halftime, and postgame speeches, and really keeping the boys positive outlook no matter what the game may be, and really getting them to finish off this game on a strong note, not just physically but mentally. And right now the Marshals, benefiting from a face mask penalty, will look to get this drive going a little bit further downfield with a first down.
It was a 5-yard face mask penalty, not the personal foul variety. Counter play, Stevenson trying to get it around to the left side, and a nice open field tackle behind the line of scrimmage made by Keaton Elliott. It'll be a loss of yardage on the play. We'll take the Marshals back to the 26-yard line of Calloway County. Calloway County has all 3 timeouts remaining. And as Marshall County continues to milk the clock here before each snap, it becomes a question of when does Calloway County want to start using a timeout. I would imagine that will depend on what happens on this second down play. 2nd down and 7 here for the Marshals. Wishbone again. Quick pitch. Stevenson started left, now has to cut it up the middle. He's inside the 25, just inside the 25. So a short pickup. Stevenson a little slow in getting up. So Calloway County will use one of those timeouts here. Their first of the second half. Marshals will have it 3rd down inside the Calloway County 25, leading 21-19 when we come back on WCBL Sports.
At J&R Pharmacy, you get the best of both worlds. A modern building and convenient location with all the latest technology. And prompt, friendly service, taking the time to answer your questions, and a commitment to your good health and customer satisfaction. If you enjoy all the benefits of a hometown pharmacy, you'll love J&R Pharmacy, featuring a drive-by window for added convenience. J&R Pharmacy, corner of 9th and Main in Benton.
Tyler Stevenson still down. He is kind of up in a crouched position. Coach Evan Merrick, the Marshall County trainer Jen Salmon rendering aid. Austin Riley, his night is done. Aggravating that ankle injury that he's been dealing with. Now Stevenson with a slight limp walking toward the Marshall County sideline. That was Calloway County's first time out of the second half. 3rd and 6 coming up for the Marshals at the 25 of Calloway County. Jeff Waters, Aaron Clayton, and Chris Freeland with you from the CFSB Investments Broadcast Center. Be a short night for Aaron Clayton. He's headed down with the Murray State broadcast crew tomorrow. He'll be providing analysis on the air for the Racers down at Central Arkansas tomorrow with the voice of the Racers, Neil Bradley. Stokes goes up under center. Slot backs each way. They come out of the wishbone. Stokes puts it in the gut of Wyatt. Takes it out. Running around left side. Gets a block over there. He's at the 5. Lunges toward the end zone. The ball pops loose as he hits the ground. and he's down to the 1 yard line where it'll be 1st and goal. Aaron Fennell makes the tackle for Callaway County, but a big run there by Tyler Stokes. CFSB 1st down for the Marshals. They move it back to the 2. 1st and goal at the 2. I did a Murray State football game down at Central Arkansas several years ago. Beautiful campus, beautiful stadium. Aaron headed down there with Dave Winder and Neil Bradley and Parker Griffith tomorrow. Handoff left side. This is Luke Wyatt, and Wyatt absorbs a hit and gets into the end zone. Touchdown. That was Tyler Stevenson. Was it Isaac Stevenson? Isaac Stevenson on the touchdown run for Marshall County, the freshman, with his first career touchdown for the Marshals. And took a big hit in the process. Bounces back up and celebrates his first career touchdown. Marshall County leading by 8 now. And I will be honest with you, I'm a little surprised they're going for 2. You kick the Stockdale has been very consistent on the extra points. You kick the extra point and you have a 2-score game. And the Marshals go for 2 and they don't get it. That one surprises me. So this is still a 1-possession game, 27-19. Marshall County leads at 27-19 with 2:36 to play in this one. I got to tell you, that one surprises. I want to keep it right here, see if we can get it down to Aaron Clayton. And was there some miscommunication or what happened there? Well, talk about the decision to go for 2 there.
There was really no miscommunication as Stokes put up 2 fingers as soon as the play was over. Coach Morris initially put up 1, and then Coach Merrick came up and said, no, let's go for 2. We go for 2. Then you got a touchdown and a field goal lead. But I'm with you, Jeff. At least just take the 2-possession game either way, because it's going to be hard to score twice in 2.5 minutes. Now you allow Callaway County to get right back in this one, but it was no miscommunication. Coach Morris initially held up 1 finger. Stokes held up 2. Coach Merrick held up 2. Then Coach Morris said, okay, and they went for it. And unfortunately, you see the result. Instead of a 2-possession game, now Callaway can tie it within the 2.5-minute time frame here. 27-19 is the lead.
Isaac Stevenson capped off that touchdown drive for the Marshals of 55 yards with his first career touchdown run. Comes with 2:36 remaining in the game. The Marshals went for 2 and didn't get it. So instead of a 9-point lead, it's an 8-point lead for the Marshals. Now Stockdale will kick it away. Isaac Stevenson, Taco John's touchdown, and a combo meal headed his way from our friends at Taco John's. Kind of a short kick here, and it'll be taken by one of the upbacks for Callaway County. That is Jacob Phillips, who fielded the kick and just hits the turf at the 35-yard line. Callaway County has scored touchdowns on their last 2 possessions. They'll start from their own 35 here. Second of 4 games in a row at home. And we have a late flag against Callaway County there. I saw behind the play there was some late hitting going on. Couldn't really tell who was involved, but it is a personal foul penalty against Callaway County. So instead of their own 35, it will be their own 20-yard line. The Marshals have done a pretty decent job of cutting down on their penalties here in the second half. Not as many as they had in the first half. In the meantime, Callaway County has had several more penalties here in the second half. They just had 2 5-yard penalties in the first half. They've had 2 15-yarders and 3 5-yarders here in the second half. Schwepker comes in motion from the near side, and illegal procedure against Callaway County before the ball is snapped. So they keep going back and back and back. So instead of their own 35-yard line, which is where they would have started, 20 yards and back-to-back penalties, have taken it back to the 15-yard line. Set back to Foster's right, trips right, That's the short side of the field here for Callaway County. Now Stribling comes in motion out of the backfield. Foster's pass, I think that slipped out of his hands as he tried to get it to Yeager. I'm sorry, that was Garrett Lovett, the intended receiver. Stops the clock with 2:30 to play in this one. That's our Puckett's Jewelry game time. 2nd and 15, Callaway County from their own 15-yard line. Marshall's leading at 27-19. Owens at Schwepker, who is in at quarterback here. He took a snap on their opening drive. He's going to try to run it. Slips out of a couple of tackles, and look out. Here goes Schwepker. Schwepker down the near side, and he is going to score. Schwepker is going to take it 85 yards for the touchdown. 85 yards on the touchdown run for Schwepker. And the Marshals had him near the line of scrimmage. Callaway County will go for 2 and try to tie this game. Comes with 2:15 remaining in this ball game. Foster will be back in at quarterback on this 2-point try. Takes the snap, rolls right. Now he's throwing, and the pass is caught. We're tied. Foster completes the pass to Schwepker, and we're tied. We are tied at 27 with 2:15 remaining in this game. But we will keep it right here, and we'll get it down to the Marshall County sideline. And here's Aaron Clayton.
Yeah, right now some miscommunication, but you got to give a lot of credit to Callaway County. Some of the linemen up front, those included Thorne and Schroeder. They're the ones that knocked down the Marshall defenders that allowed that big hole to open up for that long touchdown run.
Yeah,
right
I'll agree with you on part of that, but Marshall County had him at the line of scrimmage, and they've missed enough tackles to win this game 3 or 4 times over tonight.
Absolutely.
They just haven't finished these tackles.
Yeah. He's ready. See him on the sideline warming up right now in case it gets down the field goal range. With only 2:15 left, it could be put on his shoulders. And, of course, had a chance to kick a field goal earlier. That would be a lot of pressure. Your first field goal attempt of the year, possibly for a game winner with no time.
Aaron, if you will check, because I have the Marshals with 1 timeout left. See if you can check, make sure that's right.
Will do.
Clark with the kick here, another directional kick, and it'll go over the head of Isaac Stevenson. He'll pick it up back at the 11-yard line, heads across the 15 and twisting and turning his way out to the 20-yard line. Keaton Elliott on the stop. Well, I will go back to the last touchdown for Marshall County, and not sure why the Marshals elected to go for 2 when they could have made it a 9-point lead. And left the door open there for Callaway County. The Marshals, I have them with 1 timeout left. They're starting from their own 20-yard line. Slot backs each way. Buckmeyer comes in motion. It's the backside counter again to Stevenson, and he's going to be brought down for a loss. Back at the 19-yard line, loss of 1. Connor Potts on the tackle for Callaway County. 2nd and 11 coming up. I would think that Callaway County may use one of their timeouts. They have 2 left. If they can hold the Marshals here, they may go ahead and take a timeout. 2nd down here if they can keep it to 3rd and long. 1:40 remaining. That's our Puckett's Jewelry game time. Stevenson in motion again. Pitch to him, left side. Gets away from a tackler behind the line of scrimmage and got it back across the 20 to the 21. And now Callaway County will use that timeout. Gabe Walker on the stop. The Marshals will have it 3rd and 9 after this Callaway County timeout. We'll take 1-2. Game tied at 27. The Marshals backed up at their own 21-yard line with 3rd and 9 when we return on WCBL Sports.
CFSB proudly brings you Casasa. What's Casasa? It's a catchy word for earning cash that just might make you want to dance. Get paid for doing simple things you do anyway. That's free Casasa checking. Ask for free Casasa checking at CFSB.
1:26 to play in this one. That is our Puckett's Jewelry game time. Marshals have it 3rd and 9 from their own 21-yard line. We are tied at 27. Marshals come out of the huddle. That was Calloway County's second timeout of the second half. Aaron, did you ever get word on how many timeouts the Marshals have left? I have them with 1. We'll get it down to Aaron after this snap. 3rd down play here for the Marshals. Play action. Stokes lofts it into the air. It's intercepted by Callaway County. Callaway County with the interception. Jacob Waters intercepts the pass. And Callaway County will have it inside the Marshall County 40-yard line. At the Marshall County 37-yard line is where Callaway County will have it after the turnover. Tied at 27, 1:21 remaining in the ball game. John Foster will take it from the shotgun. Dribbling to his right. Twin receivers each way. The Marshals will rush 4. Foster takes the handoff, dribbling on the carry, and he is going to be brought down near the line of scrimmage. Gang tackled. A lot of Marshall County players in on that stop, including Dawson Smothers. Also coming up from the pile was Blake Strader. Callaway County has 1 timeout left. Now here's the thing to remember about Callaway County. If they can pick up 8 or 10 yards, they're in field goal range. Trips left, 2 receivers right. Foster barking the signals. Maybe, nope, this is Schwepker who's in to take the snap here. We're going to try to spread out. He loses the football, picks it up, and he's going to be brought down back at the 45-yard line. Big play there. Blake Myhan, Luke Young all in on that stop. Luke Young leading the way. Takes Callaway County back to their own 44, or rather to the Marshall County 44-yard line. 3rd and long, and Callaway County will take their final timeout. 36 seconds remaining. Tied at 27. Callaway County has it 3rd and long at the Marshall County 44 when we come back on WCBL Sports.
At J&R Pharmacy, you get the best of both worlds. A modern building and convenient location with all the latest technology. And prompt, friendly service, taking the time to answer your questions, and a commitment to your good health and customer satisfaction. If you enjoy all the benefits of a hometown pharmacy, you'll love J&R Pharmacy, featuring a drive-by window for added convenience. J&R Pharmacy, corner of 9th and Main in Benton.
We welcome you back to the CFSB Investments Broadcast Center. Callaway County has it 3rd and 17 from the Marshall County 44-yard line. We're tied at 27 with 36 seconds remaining. Snap a bit low, but Foster handles it, trying to set up the screen for Schwepker. Schwepker turning it on the left side. Schwepker breaking tackles. He's taking it inside the 30, and he's brought down at the 29-yard line of Marshall County, short of the first down. Isaac Stevenson on the stop. Well, now it's decision time for Callaway County. Do they go for the field goal and try to get this win? Short of the first down. The flag came in on the far side of the field. Flag came in at the end of this play. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Marshall County. So now Callaway County has the first down and they're in field goal range. Takes it down to the 13, just outside the 13-yard line of Marshall County. I have Callaway County out of timeouts. Now, we heard from Aaron Clayton there a moment ago, and he said that Marshall County's coaches say that they have 2. So apparently one that I credited the Marshalls with taking earlier may have been an official's timeout. Let's get it down to Aaron here. Aaron?
Right now, Dylan Rayburn has been ejected on that unsportsmanlike conduct, and Callaway County is just going to run it down. Apparently, they're going to take a timeout. They had one timeout, and they're going to wait and just go for the field goal for the win. This is going to be the last play of regulation one way or the other. So Callaway County takes their final timeout, but Rayburn got ejected there. Marshall County almost had a near ejection earlier in the game, but that was decided against by the officials on one of the linemen. So right now, Marshall County getting in their own way mentally and physically, and it may cost them a big win here at home.
Well, we will keep it right here. We are inside the CFSB Investments Broadcast Center, tied at 27. Callaway County getting ready to look for the win with the right foot of Ian Clark. We're glad you're with us inside the CFSB Investments Broadcast Center. Jenny Flannery named Best Investment Broker by the readers of the Trib for 5 years in a row. Stop by CFSB Investments to plan for your future. Located in CFSB's Benton Banking Center, member FINRA and the SIPC, not affiliated with CFSB. This will be a 30-yard attempt. Yeager is the holder. The ball near the left hash, but close enough you can say it's between the hashes. Clark looking for the field goal and the Callaway County win. Here's the snap. Here's the hold. Here's the kick, and the kick is good. No, he missed it. I beg your pardon. Missed it wide left. So we head to overtime. Tied at 27. Aaron, I said it was good, but it looked, maybe it was wide left. Aaron, go ahead.
It was wide left. He missed it. He shanked it off the foot. He cleated it to the left and missed it maybe by about 1.5 feet to the left. It had the distance. We're going to OT, and it's a whole new ball game, and Marshall County better get their head into it, or it will quickly be loss number 2 on the 2018 campaign.
Yeah, Aaron, it's I hate to use the word disappointing, but it is. It's disappointing. I think the Marshalls have the better team, and they have been outplayed for a good portion of the night. Would you agree?
Absolutely. And Coach Merrick would be the first to say that. And I promise you, he will in the postgame whether we win or lose. Of course, you want to learn more from a win than a loss, but right now this has been lackluster, to say the least. As we said, almost just going through the motions, moving through molasses essentially, and so many mental mistakes tonight. Like I said, the ejections, the unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, the personal foul, dead ball penalties that has cost the Marshalls a chance to win this in regulation easily. Could have possibly had a 2-possession win, and now it comes down to a do-or-die OT.
Well, to refresh your memory on the overtime rules, each team will get a possession in overtime. The coin toss is vital because if you win the toss, you want to go on defense and then see what you have to do when it's your turn to get the ball. So, Aaron, go ahead and hustle on out there, and let's get the overtime coin toss here. Tyler Stokes will represent Marshall County for this toss.
All right, right now, both captains saying they want defense if they win the toss.
First, congratulations on a great game so far. All right, you're gonna get to choose, okay? Heads or tails? Heads. It's called heads. It is a head. You've won the toss. Defense. We want defense.
All right, Callaway County won the toss. They will go on defense. So Marshall County will have the first possession, needing to score to put the heat on Callaway County.
All right, Aaron, thanks a lot. So Marshall County will have the football first here in overtime. And overtime originates from the 10-yard line in high school. In college, of course, it's from the 25. I've always thought that the high school game should move it back to the 20-yard line at least, if not the 25 like the college game. But it is the 10-yard line. And the Marshalls have elected to go right to left as we watch it from the CFSB Investments Broadcast Center. So 4 downs from the 10-yard line, barring a penalty. See what the Marshalls both teams taking the field, the Marshall County offense, the Callaway County defense. Marshall's from the 10-yard line. Stevenson and Buckmeyer are the halfbacks in a straight wishbone set. Handoff Buckmeyer running around to the right side. Has a lane. Touchdown, Marshall County. So the Marshalls strike first in overtime. Now the all-important point after try coming up. Brought to you by Parkway Chrysler. Ty Buckmeyer with another Taco John's touchdown. Ten-yard run for Ty Buckmeyer. I think the Marshalls, I think that straight-up wishbone look with the two tight ends has been their best look offensively tonight. Seems like they've had quite a bit of success with that. Parkway Chrysler point after attempt. Good snap, good hold. Here's the kick by Buckmeyer. Right down the middle. Marshall County leads at 34-27. Calloway County's possession in overtime when we come back on WCBL Sports.
Let me tell you about this wax we developed here at Defuse Body Shop. This wax is the easiest wax to apply of any wax on the market, and this wax will give you maximum protection from the elements. And we have a Teflon and a polymer added to this wax to give you a durable wax that will last a good long time. This wax was developed for our show cars and our show bikes and today's paint. This is the slickest finish that you'll get with any wax on the market.
Remax Replay brought to you by Jeff Smith and his team of realtors at Remax Real Estate Associates, Benton and Murray. First play in Calloway County's possession in overtime. It's Stribling with a run down to the 7-yard line before he's taken down by Blake Strader. Second down for Calloway County. We're in overtime. Foster with setbacks to each side. The Marshalls leading by 7. Handoff here to Stribling, and he is inside the 5. And he has it down to the 2-yard line, where Luke Young brings him down. So it'll bring up third down from the 2-yard line for Calloway County. We are in overtime. We were tied at 27 at the end of regulation. Stribling will be set to Foster's left in a shotgun formation here. Twins each way. Man in motion is Schwepker. They fake it to him, instead give it to Stribling. He's driven back. Got back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he did. Maybe he lost a yard. Leading the charge for Marshall County, Chet Kretzinger, and it is a loss of a yard back to the 3, so fourth down here for Calloway County. One more chance to get in the end zone here in this first overtime period. Now Marshall County is going, each team gets an extra timeout in overtime, and the Marshalls will use theirs here. So we are in overtime, 34-27. Marshall County with the lead. They scored on their first play from scrimmage in the extra period. Calloway County has it fourth down at the 3. Back down to Aaron Clayton along the Marshall County sideline. Aaron?
This is just to keep the cooler heads to prevail right now. Get the play right. Know where to set up defensively. That's why you save this time out to the very last play, the most important play possibly of the season for the Marshall County Marshalls. No silly penalties, no procedural penalties right now. Stay put, watch the ball, and follow the ball here. You just got to hold them less than 4 yards.
Ball will be on the far hash. Calloway County will have 2 receivers to the left as well to the right. Marshall's trying to get out of here with this win here tonight. Foster from the shotgun takes the snap. Hand off to Stribling. He's hit near the line of scrimmage. Tackled, fumble, loose ball. Marshall County has it. Game over. Marshalls win it 34-27 in overtime. (34-27) in overtime. The Marshalls fortunate indeed to get out of here with a win tonight, but they do, and they run their record to 3-1. And a lot of credit to Calloway County. This is a team that I think is on the rise, a program that's on their way back up, and they gave the Marshalls all they wanted and then some here tonight. 34-27 the final in overtime. Marshall County a winner. And we will come back and get our post-game activity started after this on WCBL Sports.
CFSB proudly brings you Casasa. What's Casasa? It's a catchy word for earning cash that just might make you want to dance. Get paid for doing simple things you do anyway. That's free Casasa checking. Ask for free Casasa checking at CFSB.
Marshall's win in overtime, 34-27 tonight over Calloway County. Coming up shortly, we will have post-game comments from Marshall's head coach Evan Merrick, brought to you by First Kentucky Bank. Plus, we will have all of the numbers from this one and check scores from around the area, brought to you by Raymond James Financial Advisor Richard Hendrickson. And we will have our Marshall County Play of the Game, brought to you by Century 21 real estate professional Ryan Boatwright. That's all coming up here in our post-game coverage. And coming up after the broadcast, the Lake Kim Community Federal Credit Union Scoreboard Show with Aaron Clayton, all the updated high school football scores from around the area, and the sports lineup for the weekend on WCBL and WCCK. Then following that, the Lindy's College Football Report, brought to you by Arbargy and Company Insurance Services. And following that, a look at UK football with the voice of the Wildcats, Tom Leach. That's all coming up after the broadcast from here at Traylor Stadium tonight. The Marshalls win it over Callaway County 34-27 in overtime. And a lot of credit to Callaway County. I felt like the most of the night they outplayed the Marshalls. And the Marshalls made a lot of mistakes, and you have to feel good when you make that many mistakes and you're able to come out with a win, and that's what the Marshalls were able to do here tonight. Well, we send it down to the field. Aaron Clayton standing by with Marshall's head coach Evan Merrick. His post-game comments brought to you by First Kentucky Bank.
Coach, as we talked about it walking over here, you want to learn a lot of lessons, but you'd rather learn them with a win than a loss.
Absolutely. Yeah, a lot of things that we can take from tonight. You know, we fought to the very end and, you know, had some good things go our way. Made some mistakes we got to fix, and let's enjoy the win for the time being. Told them, you know, here we are 4 games in. We're 3-1. Not necessarily always how you win them, but if you can finish the night on the top end of the scoreboard, and we was able to do that tonight, you know, credit to Callaway County. They battled, and in a game like this, I think both teams get better for the stretch run, you know, and that's how we got to look at this game here. Again, both sides of the ball did some good things, did some things, again, that I think we need to work on for the Murray week. But you break down football, I mean, you got 10 battles, you know, throughout your regular season. Well, let's close the book on this one and learn from it, start building for Murray next week.
Talking about Murray High, a very good football team, played close with Madisonville. We're beating Fort Campbell earlier, much like you did earlier in the year. It doesn't get any easier. Of course, credit to Callaway County, but you had to show mental tenacity and fortitude tonight when things didn't go your way. You got outplayed some. It might happen again next week. It's, again, how you respond and how quickly you respond.
Yeah, and that's, you know, that's where you learn character. I mean, that's the thing about football right here. You get tested. Our guys got tested. As coaches, we got tested, but you keep battling, you keep grinding there, and then, again, we had some plays go our way. We was able to make some plays there. So that's what we got to take away going forward, you know, and, again, like I said, you know, in every game there's always something you got to work on, you got to fix, and we're going to do that going into this next week. Murray's a good ball club. This is another rivalry game for us, and I think, you know, through all those games, you know, we're continuing to grow as a football team. And that's how we got to look at this game with Murray and then carry that into the rest of the season.
Get some rest this week. We'll see you next Friday back here in Draftville on the Gridiron.
All right, thanks, Aaron.
That is Coach Evan Merrick. His post-game thoughts are brought to you by First Kentucky Bank. At First Kentucky, supporting their communities, also supporting the students in those communities. Since 2011, First Kentucky has partnered with EverFi to provide financial education courses to students, new charge to the school or the district. Last year, First Kentucky provided over 2,200 hours of financial courses covering everything from saving and budgeting to insurance and taxes. Look for First Kentucky's Financial Learning Center coming soon to firstkentucky.com/prosper. First Kentucky Bank, partnering with you for life. Member FDIC. Final score again here tonight, Marshall 34 and Callaway 27 in OT.